on YouTube.
Ooh,
But yeah,
ooh-wee.
as long as there's no hate speech, no, anything that's negative, but we are unwelcome in our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't been. I don't feel there's no need for us to go down that
Negative is
avenue of
such a
worry.
strong word.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We just giving our unfiltered opinions here. Unwelcome your thoughts off the hip. Live Morgan getting spicy with Dom. My brother Razor, my
Ooh-wee.
brother Snake Eyes, he should be joining up. He's in transportation right now, but I got my brothers with me. Razor, how you feeling today, man?
In the words of my brother from the Twitterverse and a fellow New Yorker, DJ Kuzmo, live is feisty. Woo, look at you with the
Yes,
first fade.
sir.
Look at you, check you out, Pepe.
Man, I had to come
Ooh-wee.
back with a clean look. I've been letting my hair grow. It's crazy. Then one day, my daughter told me to cut my hair, so I said, "All right, bet." W
Hey,
Dad status, yeah.
when the princess said, "Hey, clean yourself up," you can't be looking sloppy around me.
And it's funny too, right? Because she got, I see it's a game she got when I was growing, and she told me to grow my hair. I cut it. She's telling me to grow my hair again now. I said, "Nah, nah. This is a game we got going on, man."
I love
Yes,
it.
sir. I see you looking dapper yourself. I like the shirt. You always got the shades and the cigar. You got the cigar, the cigar. Yes, sir.
You know how we do it.
Yes, sir, man. I usually got my hat somewhere promoting HD the King, but it's not handy near, so we just rocking
We need to
like
get you.
this.
We need to get you a damn banner for the little backdrop or whatever.
Oh hell
Maybe a little
yeah!
neon sign or something.
What's crazy too? I got the polls right. I don't know. I think we spoke about it last time with the green
Mhm.
screen. So yeah, I definitely got to get a backdrop for sure, man. We got to chop it, man. Talk about some shit. Yo, chat, how y'all feeling? We got a new concept coming through, a watch along concept. We're not gonna give y'all all the details, but if y'all in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Let us know, man. Let us know what y'all thoughts. Y'all gonna tune in. Would y'all like to see what we gonna cover? Because we already know what we gonna cover. You know what I'm saying? We just giving y'all little sneaks, you know what I'm saying? This is a spoiler, it's not a prediction. You feel me? But yo, where you want to start off today? You want me to
Uh,
like throw it
uh,
to you? You gonna lead us off? Cause I feel like
I'm
I
a,
like
I'm
I
a,
like when you shoot this shit right off the hip, man.
we could get going on. Also, I got a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't know how it is on your end, but my shit's a little stuck. So let me see what's going on real quick.
I bet. Take your time. We here, Chad. This is part of the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We up and coming podcasters. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it takes. This is what we do. We got to go with the punches. We go with the punches. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it is
think
what it is.
my computer heard something about all these ideas. They said, "Hold on, wait a minute. Let me wake up first."
Yeah, it's not so much frozen on my end. It's a little bit of a lag. Like you could tell it's a delay, but your audio's
Yeah,
coming through fine. Your audio's coming through fine.
yeah, definitely. It was a big delay on mine for a minute. I think we're good. I think we're good now. Again, the laptop just took a minute, and we're good.
Y'all see, I got
But
my
yeah,
boy shirt on. Woo! Styling, profiling. Oh yeah, the dirtiest player in the game. I ain't gonna lie, this is a fire shirt. When I bought this shirt, this is just a sidebar, just going right off the rails real quick. This is from WWE Shop, WWE Shop shirt. I'm like, okay, they got some flavor
now,
on here.
given his recent shenanigans, he's in everyone's little timeout box recently.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, he do too much, and this is where like he lives. He is. We hear the stories. He is Ric Flair. He is who he is. It's not a character. It's not a gimmick. But at the same token, you got to really. He got to be better, man. He got to be better. There's no
Did you
excuse.
you catch his latest outburst from a few weeks ago?
What in the restaurant? Is it that same one?
Yeah, yeah. The pizza parlor.
Yeah, and I actually seen the video too. Like, I wanted to, and this is what's sad, right? About giving the benefit of the doubt, or saying you're innocent until proven guilty. Sometimes because you know a lot of people was just giving him heat off the rip. Yeah, that's. And I was like, man, like I wish I could see some footage. And when I did, I almost didn't want to see the footage. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's like,
you're
dang.
Ric Flair for a reason. It's like we know you like to party hardy. It's good. Just know your limits and just respect the crowd around you. Yes,
And
you're Ric Flair, but still, you were in someone else's home.
that, and it's just cringy. Like when I seen the whole spectrum of the video, it was kind of like, you're picking on this manager, right? Like I'm gonna call it for what it is. You were bothering, picking on this manager, throwing your weight around. I'm Ric Flair. I'm this. I'm that. And then when somebody sitting at the bar told you, let's take it outside, like your whole tune changed. And granted, he's like, nobody should be even asking Rick, but somebody wanted to stop what was going on, right? So like,
Right.
yo, what's up? You need to go outside. So I'm not saying that was wrong, but if he would have eventually put hands on him, that would have definitely been like 70, 80. Like, you just find the security. Where's the security at? Also, right? Like, if this is a bar, there should be some kind of security. But you said it was a pizza
It's not.
parlor.
It's not a bar. It's basically like a chain pizza parlor in the
Yeah,
Georgia area.
they just had like a bar there where you could sit and either eat or
Yeah.
have drinks. All right, so yeah. Either way, though,
But
management.
think about it. If you're at like a Pizza Hut and they serve booze, how the hell you go round up a $1,500 tab?
I mean, it could, yeah, that's tough, right? I
That's a lot
mean,
of beer.
yeah, you getting crazy. But that's a lot of pictures, right? I mean, if you're ordering pictures or shots, whatever. It seemed like he was ordering shots. If they serving those in there, that could run it up quick too, man. Nonetheless, though, he got to do better than that. It was sad to see. Like he wasn't really like. Even though I have this shirt on, I'm more of a fan of the character, the Nature Boy, dirtiest player in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's not really one of my idols, so I can't say like, oh man, it devastates me to see my idol. But one of the people we look up to growing up, it's a shame that that's where he's at right now. Like I said, I hope he gets whatever help he needs to move on from
And,
that.
and like you said, for the last 50 some odd years, all he knows is Ric Flair.
But again, it doesn't give it the pass, right? Like when you're wrong and you're acting a fool and you're making others uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with being Ric Flair in the comfort of your own space. If you want to pop champagne with the woman that want to be with Ric Flair and you're not pursuing and bothering others, then fuck it, be
I,
Ric Flair.
I think he's married technically, or I don't know if they're separated or not, but they might still be together. I could be wrong.
Yeah, so have drinks with your
And from
wife, with your
and
friends.
from what I heard, this chick, she was a real ride or die when he was sick about 2 years back.
Yeah, I remember that. That was unfortunate too. That's another thing too. Like, it's easier said than done, but like health is wealth. He's went through some health scares. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I know he's enjoying himself in the later parts of his life and stuff, but I mean, I personally, like, we speak about things openly. I say it all the time. I drink and I like to stay home. If I feel like I'm gonna get out of hand, then I look at myself like maybe I shouldn't drink for a while. You know what I'm saying? If I'm getting to that point where like, all right, I drank and I'm out of control, then it's time for me to like maybe relax for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It don't hurt to pump the brakes every once in a while.
yeah, for sure. Everybody is entitled to have fun, but also in moderation. You know what I'm saying? Um, Yeah, when you start doing too much of the drinking stuff, man, it's a little bit different than other vices. You know what I'm saying? Other vices might
Hmm.
cost you money, other vices might cost you other areas of your health, but drinking leads to blacking out. Like, and there's no excuse, but it's just the reality of it. Like, I've had times where I done had beverages and I didn't eat that day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even remember. Like, whoa, like I got crazy. And people tell me like, yeah, man, you going wild. I'm like, shit. Now I know not to do that again. You know what I'm saying? But he's in his 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like again,
He's
no
zeroing in
excuse.
on 80 damn near.
Yeah, again, no excuse. So I think we said it the other day, where people deserve second chances, but with him, it's just too many, right? And then not to say like he got to get canceled or anything, but come on, somebody got to pull him to the side. One of his advisors, the people close to him, somebody, you
And
know.
then you look at guys like Flair, got even folks like Jeff Hardy. It's like we want to appreciate you for what you've done to this beautiful industry. At least do us the courtesy of acting cordial when you're in a public environment.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like Kurt Angle had to fight to kind of get his, like, it's a little different with Kurt Angle, I feel, but it's kind of not in the same sense. You know what I'm saying? He also still had to fight to get his name back for what what the perception is. Even now, look, people play around with it. Perk Gable.
Shawn Michaels, he was fun with those back in the day. Eddie Guerrero, same thing. You can go down the list.
Yeah. So yeah, man, the people that's around them, this I would say this more for them, more so than anybody else. You guys gotta be the ones to like really it might hurt. You might get fired at the end of the day, but I'll be honest, I'd rather get fired telling somebody the God honest truth that can save them and save others
At the
than
end of the day, it's all love.
yeah, then continue to get paid and turn the eye, look the other way, not care. And it can cost. It can cost people, it can cost money, you know, because at the end of the day, that's what it's cost. It could cost him right now. It's costing him financially
Hmm.
that he gotta apologize. He goes on. You know what made it worse the next day? That he had to go on to a news anchor, right? He had to go on to like
I
a
remember that.
yeah, and it was like he kind of had to apologize there because he knew what it was. Like he
Hmm.
acted, yep.
So Rick is a little bit out of pocket. There's video. This ain't the 70s, 80s no more. You can't just mince words around. It's out there. It's public knowledge. Just chill. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
My bad. Say that again. You said this ain't the 80s.
It's ain't the 70s, ain't the 80s. There's social media. Everyone's got a camera phone. Everyone's got the social media accounts. There's video out there.
Yeah,
Like they say, this ain't the Wild Wild West anymore.
yeah. He's living like he's not breaking kayfabe, and this is where what's his name? Richard Flair. He needs to be Richard Flair in public and a little bit less Ric Flair. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He's still living in kayfabe. Which again, I'm gonna say it one last time again. If you want to be in the VIP section of your own club with your friends, your family, your wife, your close ones, and you guys want to throw champagne on each other, smoke hookah, light blunts, whatever it is you can do in your city, then do it. But don't bother others. Don't make others feel uncomfortable. That's when things get weird. That's when you cost yourself, you cost others. Not a good look, not a good feel, not a good
You never
vibe.
know who's watching.
Yeah, man. And then, like, even to double down on that, right? We shouldn't even have to care who's watching. It's just live on morality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what makes those situations worse when, like, a celebrity like Ric Flair thinks nobody's recording.
Hmm.
That's what makes it even fucking worse. And now,
Or in his mind, they're recording because I am the nature boy. I am Ric Flair.
so your phone should be out. Why isn't your phone out also? Kind of like, oh, shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's just a sad, unfortunate tidbit right there for him.
Yeah. But onto a lighter portion. Shall we get going with this very fascinating episode of Monday Night Raw?
We hit on this the other day. Sex sells. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it, right? It's
Tale
just
as old as time. I mean,
yeah. If everybody could contain themselves, I feel like we live in a. I haven't seen negative blowback from it in WWE yet. I mean, they've. I think Becky Lynch is playing on it in story with Rhea Ripley, but that was the beginning of it.
I've been seeing some of it this morning off of nothing from Monday Night Raw, but something on what a certain commentator from NXT said recently on his show. I don't know if you caught it, but I think I said it to you. Booker T talking about how he wants to see Lola Vice and Sexy Red in a twerk off. You had WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze, aka Medusa, basically damn near Shane Booker saying, What's wrong with our show? What's wrong with our brand? What's wrong with our company? I thought we were past this."
Now, how do you feel about it? In all honesty,
I mean, I'm kind of I see both sides of it because on one end, if you think about it, this is what again the Divas Revolution. That's what they kind of fought to steer away from. They wanted to be taken seriously. Yet you have individuals like Lola Bryan shaking her ass. What's the another NXT tag team. Was it not Catalina was something whatever? I can't remember her name. Like I said, Nikita Lyons did a little bit. Fast going to AEW, you got Tony Storm and half the women's doing little makeout segments every so often. You got essentially Tony Storm just smothering Mariah May with her breasts. It's like it's always going to be there, and it's just one of those things because again, everyone's going to try to pop a number, but at the same time, it's like it's going to be bashed regardless, and I mean, but it's always going to be there.
I feel
Much
like
like a
it's always magnified in WWE because of the sponsors, right? That's
uh
always the first thing everybody want to go to.
because what think of the kids watching this?
Hmm.
Shit, listen to the news that's on the radio these days. It's worse than the shit you see on TV.
But I also, to our point, it's sprinkled everywhere, and like you said, in entertainment in Hollywood. So I think we're getting to the point where a little bit, a little bit of attraction doesn't hurt. It doesn't have to be all the way, but it doesn't have to be too grotesque either. I feel like Liv was getting real touchy with Dom today, though. That was like for the first 15 minutes of the show.
I'm gonna say it right now. When mommy come back, Dom, you got some explaining to do, youngster.
I mean, just think about it. That's probably the most physical we've seen. Even like when Rhea was with Dom, she'll get close to him, but obviously we know Rhea's dating
He's
Buddy.
so she's engaged to Buddy Matthews. Dom's actually married in real life. Lives on that's openly single.
Right. So to see them this close now, it's kind of like, well, it's not a shot, but it's like, okay, WWE's going back there again. And then with the insinuations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's fighting his urges with
Then trying to be big bro, saying, "Hey, focus. Remember the plan." But I mean, by the end of the day, it's like I mean, like I said, it's always going to be there when done properly. Again, I see no issue with it. But to what Alondra Blaze was saying earlier today, again, regardless of what Booker said, he's just having a good time, whatever. Because again, he know again, we're men. We all like what we like, but don't just assume that Booker T is going to do the shit Jerry Lawler was doing 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
hey Andy, how you doing out there? I see you out there. He said cool raw show.
Appreciate you, Andy.
Yes, sir. Got Andy in the building, man. Do you remember we were talking about this before the stream, right? We talk about we didn't get into it, but I was asking about like top storylines with Chad Gable. This is a top 3 storyline right here. Liv, Dom, Rhea. This is still
If we're
prominent,
if we're
right?
if we're counting Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, again, Bloodlines obvious. Again, is that still safe to call that the number one storyline?
I think so. I think fans are tuning in to see what's going on with the
Because
bloodline every
because
week.
because they know it's going to happen soon. Whatever with all the other hoopla coming around. This with the advances we made today. I said this was a top 3 story. This may be the number 2 story in all of WWE.
Mm.
And the other stuff, because if you think about it, they got the Liv Morgan stuff, the stuff when Rhea comes back. El Campeon still got to run it with Punk whenever he comes back after him and Drew duke it out. Judgment Day got a lot going on, and like I said after Mania, I'm very curious to see what WWE can do without the Bloodline. We have the Liv Morgan story. We have the Chad Gable story. We have the ever growing curious story between the Final Testament and the New Day.
I like where that's
So much
going.
more. Again, I'm very intrigued. I was skeptical at first, but like I told you off the record, give me heel Xavier Woods, but we'll get to that a little later on in the show.
Mm.
But again, the opening segment, again, I'm not surprised they started with it first because again, this is a day and age where nobody wants to wait, let it slow burn. Everyone wants it right then and there. Yes, that kiss may or may not have been seen on the Ross programming, unless yes, you're in certain parts of the world with Hulu Plus, whatever. Everyone saw it on the internet, as Liz pointed out. Was it 40 million
40
people saw it in
million.
the last week? In a week, that's a shitload of views. A
You
lot of
know,
horny motherfuckers.
it's a smart way to like you said, to draw the post raw social media views, the engagements, the clicks. I'm
And
not
they
mad at
were ready with it too. I was very impressed by that. But again, them starting with it, Dom coming out, he's trying to just be cool, whatever, and then Liv throws out the line. Yes, mom is gonna kill me, but she gonna kill you too.
Mm,
Because if you think about throughout all this, yeah, Dom's kind of sheared away, but he hasn't really said no. Pump the brakes, back off. He just sits there. Like McAfee says, he's trying to count the alphabet backwards. He's thinking about sports. He's counting in his head. He's trying to not go 6 to midnight.
that is
So,
true.
and I know we've talked about the possible or the inevitable implosion of the Judgment Day. Again, like I said, I don't necessarily think they're going to just implode outright. Before, I do think that again, either Priest is going to get the boot, or Rhea just might boot Dom just for not being loyal to the family.
Mm. Is there a world where she spanks Liv Morgan and Dom just goes back to her like nothing happened?
This is what I kind of foresee happening. Rhea's probably gonna beat the dog shit out of Liv, get the belt back. Dom's gonna be like, "We good, mommy? It's me, Dirty Dom Dom." Rhea gives Dom the riptide and just walks away. Says, "You're out."
Mm. That would be interesting. That would be some interesting stuff right there.
Either that, or Finn might just mop the floor with him his own damn self the way he was acting today.
Yeah, Finn was looking like he was on time today. We're gonna get into that one. The next segment was Sheamus and Ludwig. Nice little match right here. I felt like it went on longer than what it should have, but it served its purpose.
I felt it went just right.
You think so?
Because again, the, I sent you told earlier. I sent you a little teaser, and that was the term recamp. Now, for those that may not know, before Imperium was a thing, Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther go way back to their days in Germany under Ringkamp. And this is just a group of individuals to where there was one mission in mind. Whoever wants to smoke better be ready to throw hands. It's going down. It's on site. We finally got a chance to see that Ludwig Kaiser, formerly Marcel Barthel, in WWE. A very excellent introduction. And again, I wouldn't mind seeing that run back at Clash of Wales in a couple weeks. He ain't just a pretty boy. He can throw down with the best of them.
He lit up Sheamus' chest. Now I guess it's easy to do that with the
But
complexion of Sheamus, but
but as little as we've seen him in action, folks don't think he's that physical.
correct. That's why
And again,
it was a good
and
showing
when
for Ludwig.
and when him and Walsh were going at it back in the days, Ludwig Kaiser, he was a lot slimmer, a lot leaner. He had almost like a Zack Sabre Jr. type physique, just toothpick practically, and he's throwing down with the best of them.
Now their beef stems from when he costed Sheamus the match in the qualifiers. So
Mm-hmm.
good they keeping that up right there. It's a good way
And
for Ludwig.
and then basically Sheamus called Ludwig Gunter little lapdog essentially, and Ludwig said, "All right, put him up."
You know what's crazy? I'm looking at the next segment I got written down. Finn Balor versus Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, I feel like I seen a like better. Like I don't know. He's just not suited for Raw for me yet. Like I don't see it yet. Like the
Well,
way that
if you think
LWO
about it,
feud,
we've seen very little of him. Now, I don't know if that's just him being plagued by the injury bug, if he was on vacation or whatever. I don't know. But we've seen very little of him. And this match, again, they did what they could, but I do feel like they underdelivered.
yeah, I felt like I started off like, all right, cool, Finn Balor versus Dragon Lee, and then I was just underwhelmed with that. You get the Carlito assist,
Yeah,
the Braun Strowman save. I'm
I did enjoy that they touched on Dragon Lee's family lineage. Son of Bestia del Rey or Bestia Seis, also younger brother of Roosh of AEW. And they also have another brother that is also in AEW with them, but I think it's a Dralistico. So again, that family is borderline lucha royalty in Mexico.
It's a bit weird for me to see Braun Strowman entangled into this feud, but I guess we got to give him something to get his feet wet. But this ain't ideally the first feud I would like to see him
They
in.
got they're trying too many things with them at once. It started with him going after JD, then Chase burned the whole Judgment Day. Uh, just stick to one thing.
Is there a world where, let's say, right? Let's say Damian Priest gets past Drew at Clash.
Ain't no way in hell Braun's beating Priest. I know where you're going with this. It ain't happening. Ain't no way in hell it's happening, especially right now.
So do we at
Now,
least
again,
get a
I'll get to that later on. But as of right now, in the words of the Vince McMahon song, "No chance in hell."
do we at least get a match non-title, just like Rey Mysterio and him tonight and Damian?
Way too soon.
Okay. I
Way
feel
too
like
soon in my
that's
mind.
kind of where they leading up with this whole Braun Strowman. Like you just said, he went through JD. Now he's feuding with Carlito. Is Finn next or Carlito not being able to take care of Braun seals the deal for both for Judgment Day right there. Like they'll leave it at that. Like
I wish I knew with him, but again, it's one of those things where it's like, again, just commit to one idea with him. Don't have him bounce around from bullshit to bullshit because you're gonna oversaturate him quicker than you got him back.
talking about bullshit. I'm glad you said that. That's a good segue. Um, what the fuck is going on with the tag team championships of Raw?
Hey, you seem at pop up for this one.
Like
Now,
I'm
correct
on.
me if I'm wrong. The champions are Awesome Truth, correct?
Yes.
Where the fuck have they been?
Did you see the backstage segment with them when he was talking to Carlito? That's a little bit we seen from them tonight. Our truth is
Yeah, we see bits here and there. It's almost like
now. I'm gonna pull
again,
one out your playbook.
no. Uh oh,
Do we need
uh
the
oh.
champions? Do we need the championships on them for that?
No, if they again knowing Miz and Truth, them being the novelty acts or whatever, you should have pulled something similar to what you've done with Ryder and Hawkins back there. You let them win a Mania, you had them drop it the Raw after Mania. That'd have been just fine.
I feel like they're not even building towards challengers. Like there's no contenders matches. There's no like anything gearing towards.
It's like Triple H forgot they were there.
Yeah, like they're doing their best at just avoiding all smoke right now, holding on to them belts as long as they can.
Now, to be honest, I wouldn't mind putting the belt on AOP.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that since they was on SmackDown. But now that they're on Raw, it
Former
fits even more.
NXT Tag Team Champions. A nice way to solidify a final testament as, hey, we're here.
I wouldn't mind seeing Cross go after Sammy eventually, also at some point down the road. Maybe not winning it, but they could go for it. I feel like they could put a good program on.
No, I could see a world where they finally crowned Cross as an IC champion.
It's
But the thing
about
with
time.
him,
I feel like he needs something.
here's the thing with him. It's like every time where he kind of gets past that echelon, much like other guys, he's plagued by injury.
Yeah, it's that shoulder injury he got that he never had surgery for. I don't know if there's other ones like nagging injuries, but it seems like that one is the main one that.
Yeah. So again, if he's legitimately healthy, by all means, put the belt on him, put the rock out of his ass, let him go. Because he's now coming into his own, very similar to his role that he had in TNA a few years back, and similar to what he was doing down in Mexico. He's finally back in his rhythm. My personal pet peeve with him: cut your damn hair. You're better bald.
You think so?
His look it's more intimidating when he's bald.
It is. It is. It looks like like he just came off a movie set with these hairstyles that he rocked. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? He just did an action movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he first got released though, when he first grew the hair, when it was a bit shorter,
Because
and he had like
he
a
was trying to
slight
make it in
comb over.
Hollywood.
Yeah, he was
And,
going. Yeah,
and then his wife said, "Hey, you got some nice hair, Scarlett. Let him cut the hair. It's okay. He'll make more money that way."
yeah, that little comb over he had initially, it was cool. This one, it looked like he's getting length in his hair. He got that AJ Styles length when AJ Styles first came through.
The emo look ain't working for him right now. I'm sorry. He's too damn big for that.
I mean, definitely running with these guys with AOP, Paul Ellering, it'd definitely suit the look right now as well.
Hmm. Just three like high and tied, just three big badass motherfuckers just ready to just beat whoever wants it.
Hmm. Speaking of the IC title, Sami Zayn came out. We had rumblings for maybe the past 2 weeks that Chad Gable's contract was coming to an end. Um, I don't know if they played into that a little bit. You just see Otis in the ring with Maxine Dupree and Tozawa, who dyed his hair again. It looks more yellow than blonde. It's crazy.
Tozawa, bless your heart.
Yeah, I thought like, and it kind of confuses me with that group what they're doing. Cause you say pay attention to detail, so I seen Tozawa with the black hair, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe we could get 205 Live Tozawa back, like a
Because
competitor.
he was nice. He's nice.
Yeah, and he was definitely putting on some good matches. I mean, I was a fan of his. I'm still a fan of his, but they got him in that role right now where he's like the peep squeak of the group. He's scared to make noise, and he's basically a job at this point. But yeah, then
I would say that he's essentially damn near like a valet like Maxine Dupree.
man, definitely on TV on live shows, he just garnered up that massive losing streak to Otis. That was a crazy statistic right there. I was like, dang, that's all they use. Otis, did I say Otis? Omas, pardon me. I think I said
Yeah.
Otis. Omas. Yeah, that losing streak he built up to Omas on the live events, crazy.
But again, I hope this isn't the end of Chad Gable in WWE because again we're finally seeing a new layer of his. Hopefully they come to terms on something because there's plenty more that he can contribute to this story specifically and so on and so forth. Whether it's on Raw, SmackDown, maybe even a shot at the NXT title, who knows? But he's found a new gear. It's working for him. There's no need to cut him loose.
Yeah, and like I was saying, he came through with the sneak attack on Sami Zayn. So it's looking like they're keeping this feud going. For some weird reason, what if, right? This is just a big what if right here to me. What if Otis helps Chad get the belt, but Otis takes it from Chad?
Had had Chad not tried to ridicule and abuse Otis the last few weeks, I might have been on board for it. But again, this all screams like again, Otis could beat Sammy, and then we could see Otis versus Gable for the belt, and maybe by SummerSlam Survivor Series, maybe we see Gable with the belt, some of the sorts of that. But again, that whole story itself, take Bronson Reed out of it for the time being, and just Sammy, Otis, and Gable. That's your story right there. Otis is torn from doing the right thing or helping out his friend that kind of helped revitalize his career, or listen to Sammy. But the matchup between Otis and Gable seems like the culmination.
See that? It's just like you said, the way that they made it seem with him getting on him for something, and then they just play this angle where he attacks Sammy. They're gonna probably do the old school run the footage. Otis is gonna see what really happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna grow more anger towards Chad. So I could see the world where he helps Sammy defeat Chad once again. But I feel like they need to pull the plug on that for me sooner than later. Like that little triangle they got going on, they need to just let Chad and Otis go at it, free the IC title belt up. I know I was telling you this offline. I feel like the IC belt, I don't care about it right now in this feud.
Yeah, 'cause it's one of those stories where again it doesn't need the belt because the story is sufficient enough, which is fine. But again, it's never really a good sign when you see a title, especially all the work that Gunther puts so much into it, to have it be on the back burner of the story,
That's my
especially
only
this soon
concern.
after Sammy won it.
That's my only concern because I feel like for so many years we fought for these championships to have prestige, right? Like we seen so many years where the Intercontinental Championship lost its prestige. The United States, dare I even say the WWE and Universal Championships had moments where people
Look
didn't
at all the
necessarily
times
care about
where
them.
Cena and Orton were swapping the WWE title back and forth from like '09 to 2015.
Right.
It seemed like every month they were, even with Orton and Christian, every month they were swapping the belt back and forth.
The design were always changing. A whole bunch of things were happening. It didn't feel like they really like this design of the IC belt. It felt the most prestigious with Gunther. Since its inception, I feel like I haven't seen anybody really hold that championship correctly. Nobody's been a good representation of a champion while holding that belt right
and
there.
and that was my concern with Sammy winning it. Granted, it was a nice victory for him, a nice moment, but again, it's one of much like with Cody. Where do we go from here? He again, much like we thought we think with Cody, like Sammy, he's better in the chase, not as the hunted.
And I think the idea was like, right, like you seen Chad Gable help Sammy. We all knew it was gonna lead to Chad wanting his just due. But now
Hmm.
what I wonder is why haven't they given him the belt?
Now again, this could be the contract talks again, but who knows?
I feel like yeah, that could definitely play a part in everything right there.
Hunter, just pay the man. Just pay the man.
Braun Breaker versus Ricochet was the next segment
But but
that
uh,
we
but before we
anticipated.
get to that, I did a little digging as far as that alleged QR code that we missed.
Mm,
So again, we know how the YS6 faction that is yet to be finalized. They've been picking apart Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook Live, the WhatsApp, all this other stuff. There was a theory that the next show they're going to hijack is Raw Talk. I didn't know that was still a thing because they had a picture of Sam Roberts and I think what was the other chick that they got there? Well, it was them two, and then there was
Jackie Redmond or
yeah, it was Jackie, and there was some words over Sam Roberts' face. Let's see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, so again, they're gonna target Raw Talk next, but as far as that faction, it's again, I'm okay with the slow burn, but like you and I touched on the other day, it seems like the wrestling community as a whole, they don't want to wait around too long because of the uncertainty with how Bo Dallas could be presented as a whole.
Well, my concern and if any with this situation is, are things being rushed, right? Like what I mean by rush was, is this fully thought out? Like, is this the timetable? Is anything being tinkered with? Because they gave us the documentary, then the documentary kind of peeled back the curtains and it revealed things to us. And then I started to feel like after that documentary, people wanted, that's when,
Mhm.
oh, when it's gonna happen? What? So from that moment, now if it's supposed to be drawn out like this, the one thing I do say, this feels like baby trailers, like when a
Yeah,
movie is slated to
little
come
little
out,
little
yeah,
teasers.
little teasers. And typically, I'm gonna be honest, when a new movie comes out, I don't bother watching those. I'm gonna be honest.
Because there's a good percentage that the best parts of the movie that we see are in those teasers.
There's a number of reasons, right? You know what I'm saying? And a lot could change from teaser to when the actual product is revealed.
Yeah,
Like
because
it goes.
the chance
Mhm.
one little mishap, one miss of an execution, and it's all downhill.
It goes back to
And
the third man, the NWO.
not even that. It goes back. You can even go as far as it could be borderline Spirit Squad bad
Mm.
because you put so much hype on this. This group's supposed to be the next big faction, or it could fall south like how when John Cena just soloed the Nexus. One small move in the wrong direction, and it's all downhill. Especially when historically Bo Dallas hasn't been perceived in the strongest light in WWE, as
Because
talented as he is.
what I feel is that whether we're putting the amount of members to the group, or whether in these trailers and these little packages and these QR codes, there's a certain amount of people. But I feel like, what if they don't have everybody ready yet for the YS6?
Well, from what I've been reading, five names had been assumed. So again, is that six persons up in the air? Um, Now again, that could be someone on the current roster. It could be a free agent we may not be familiar with or whatever. It could be someone in development that they're grooming. We just don't know. Like I said, for all we know, they could be doing trials for that sixth man.
Hmm. Now I'll be more okay with this if in one of the QR codes, or one of the, like one of these takeovers, they give us a date, like, or at least a fall,
Well,
winter.
again, here's the issue with that. The minute you give a date, it has to be ready beyond a shot. There's no what ifs. It has to be ready by then.
And that's what
Because
makes me
again,
feel like they're not ready.
hmm but then again, we don't know. Again, knowing how Triple H operates, they could be ready, but he's like, oh, we can stretch for a little bit, or they could not be ready. He's like, all right, well, we'll do this instead. But a lot of folks are getting antsy about it, and again, rightfully so, because again, we waited what 7 8 months for Braid's run with the White Rabbit videos or something like that. It was a while. I mean, we were going out for it,
Yep.
and again, everyone just wants to see the culmination because they yearn for that the character something resembling that back in the fold. Whether it's for titles or not, they just want them back. They want the family back.
Now I don't think they need to be anywhere near the gold. I mean, it'll be impact for them immediately. But I don't think you need to put them anywhere near gold. Just have an impactful storyline.
Yeah, let them come in, wreck shop, whatever. Let once they get the steam rolling, that audience will decide
I mean, I like
when
the
it's time.
concept also with Braun Strowman, even if it's not with him, maybe with whoever they are planning to put in the YS6, like show us an on-screen, like, initiation, or whatever the word is, addition to the crew. I would like to see at least one on screen.
So
I'm
now
okay with a debut, but
here's an interesting tinfoil hat one that just popped into my head earlier today. What if that sixth person's Jey Uso?
people been saying, yeah, I've seen a little Jay Uso talk. But I've seen, well, what if he was the first like victim or whatever? But yeah, if that falls
No,
on
I'm saying, what if he's the sixth person in the family? Because again, he was gifted the fireflies. He has the spirit of Bray guiding him. That spirit could be guiding him to whatever. For all we know, this family could appear at Money in the Bank. They could help him win. They could tell him, "Hey, you have the whole world in your hands. We will help you. We will guide you."
Mm, that would be crazy.
It'd definitely be a left field turn. Is it absolutely insanity? Yes. Is it? Do you put it past Triple H to do it? No.
And again,
But
like you said, speaking of Jay Uso, he came out tonight through the crowd, fireflies in full effect. The official first entrant of this year's Money in the Bank in Quebec, if I'm not mistaken, in Quebec, or it might be
mhm.
Toronto, but I think it's in Quebec. Yeah.
It might be Toronto, but this will be the last PLE before the next PLE back on U.S. soil. But all in all, I don't see Jay winning that.
Okay. So you got your theory, but you don't see him winning. You got it's in the back. It's in the back. So when it happens, you can be like, "I told you so."
But
But
realistically speaking, I don't see him winning. I'm curious to see how they do these. Again, obviously we're gonna see a few qualifiers and all that, but I just don't see him winning. I see him getting close,
all right,
but
so let me throw this out there. This is the multi-brand cross promotional match, Money in the Bank, Jay Uso. We're
we
gonna
think
get
it's gonna
somebody.
be it's gonna be all three matches. They could have different ones for each show for all we know. We
They
we could we
could.
could see we could see six Money in the Bank ladder matches for all we know at the show.
That'd be crazy.
It'd be stupid, but yeah, it's WWE.
That'd be crazy. But if they do have one multi-man match, Raw and SmackDown, do we start planting the seeds for the bloodline? Here I go. I'm working the bloodline. Wise man.
I still think you stay at Roman for the either Survivor Series or the Rumble.
Oh, definitely, definitely. But do you get like at least maybe have a timer in the match or solo in the match
I definitely think you have Jimmy and Jay.
in the Money in the
I,
Bank?
I, yes, I definitely see both of them in. And as I'm saying, again, you could probably squeeze in a Tomatong in there potentially, but or even not. But then just plant the seeds of Jimmy and Jay slowly reuniting back together.
Mm.
Because, like I said, again, say Jay's climbing that ladder, in comes Tama, here comes Tongaloa, put the paws on Jimmy and Jay, take them out, and then they just leave him there for dead, for someone else to cash in.
All we need to see is dual super kicks or one and done, and the place is going nuts.
We see the one and done, or just anything, just even a hug. That place is gonna erupt.
Yeah, they're gonna go wild. Especially, I feel like ever since they WrestleMania match, I feel like we want more from them.
But here's where I think that story alone, where we get them reuniting. Now we've talked about this in the past. King Haku comes as the elder speaking on behalf of The Rock for Bloodline 2.0. In comes Rikishi, another elder of the family. They jump Rikishi. The brothers have their band together to defend their father. I'm not saying we're going to see Haku and Rikishi in a match at Survivor Series or anything of the sort, but we see them get a little active.
They
We
could be in the
maybe we.
corner, ringside,
Mhm. But
captains.
again, I definitely see Rikishi catching a Samoan Spike or the tongue and death grip from Haku,
Mm.
or just Tama Tonga just beating the dog piss out of him. and Paul Heyman in the background going, "What are you doing? Why? Why?" Just pale as a ghost, in tears, bloodshot eyes, look like a hot mess and a half.
I mean, like I could see that happening right there. I feel like we got Jay. What's the more historically it's been 6 to 7 competitors, sometimes 8. What do
Yeah,
you
I don't think they've gone past 8.
Nah.
It's usually 6 days is where the happy spot is. I mean, 8 honestly seems a bit much. 6 might be more doable because again, that ring's gonna get crowded with all them ladders in there. Um, yeah, again, I'm interested to see.
I'm going with 7. I'm going with 3 announced on each side and a surprise. Maybe not a surprise that we think, but like a very last minute entrant. Somebody gonna weasel their way into the competition somehow. I could be wrong, but we've seen it
Now,
before.
I guess so. So we know Jay's in. Who would your other 6 be?
Okay,
The pencil is in your hands.
I would go Jay. See, you already got Jay, so
You just
I'll
got to pick 6.
just pick 6. I'm going 3 on each side. If I'm going 3 on each side, I'm going Jay, Finn Balor, and Ilya. Reason I'm not putting Gunther because he's already slated to have his match at SummerSlam. So I'll put
He
Finn,
don't need to
Jay.
be anywhere near a ladder.
Yeah, I'll put Jay, Ilya, and
Okay.
Finn on Raw side.
Okay, and so you got 4 more names to pick.
On SmackDown side, I would put Logan Paul,
Ooh.
LA Knight, Carmelo
Uh-huh.
Hayes.
And who'd be number 7?
That
Is
that
he gonna
that
leave
uh
the infamous
CM
Person
Punk.
X?
CM Punk
Well, again, he could be in a match against Priest or Drew for the title at that point. For all we know, he could already be on the card.
for right as a main event match per se, right? Like
You think they're gonna let him pull double duty at Money in the Bank?
I'm just thinking on clearance. Like if he's, I don't know if he's ready to go. I'm pretty sure he's ready to go. But like you always
Oh,
say, it's
he
how we get there. You know what I'm saying? How we gonna start? Does he
so now this
come the Monday Night Raw after Glasgow? You know what I'm saying? At Clash.
I don't want him anywhere near the Glasgow show.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
got to
he
be
is either.
that's got to be strictly Priest and Drew.
And if you're
That's
gonna
it.
give Drew his moment finally,
Even if it's a no contest, is them two alone. You want to throw Judgment Day in the mix, whatever. That's fine, but just them two. That's it. Now, who I would put in Money in the Bank, I definitely go Jay with Finn. A part of me wants them to throw JD Madden in only because we're gonna see some crazy ladder shit. He takes some phenomenal bumps. Throw Dragon Lee in there. That's 4. Throw Tommaso Ciampa in that match. You throw Carmelo in that match, and you throw Dijak in there.
mm, he was drafted to Raw,
Yeah,
and he
we ain't
hasn't.
seen him since the draft. We've seen him be an absolute menace on Twitter, but we ain't seen him on the show yet.
I could see him winning a triple threat qualifier match. Him versus Bronson Reed, and you sprinkle. Who else is on Raw?
No,
You can
no,
sprinkle.
it would be one of the matches where it'd be him versus like a not so much a JD Madden, but maybe like a Tozawa or something like that.
Oh, well, I was thinking the same person, bro. But I'm like, nah, they wouldn't put Cesaro in the
No,
money.
but again, him versus Dijak. So again, we know Dijak will be in this. It's something easy. Just get him in there.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they're gonna put Logan Paul in the match. I don't know why. I feel like that's where you
Then
go with him. High spot, high moment. It's you could get the other beefs off. Like you can really
you
see
got to
the
get the
more.
damn belt off of him, though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a one way to keep it on him. And then now you can see who's gonna be the next competitor. Who does he mix well with? Is it gonna be Carmelo or LA Knight? I feel like they'll do LA Knight, but you get to also see what Carmelo could do in the ring with Logan Paul at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Are we forgetting Logan still got to run it with Randy?
Yeah, facts. Randy, honestly, I wanted to say Randy for the Money in the Bank, but I'm just interested to see where his cards fall in the next couple of weeks. Like they're gonna give him some time off. They playing
No,
that he got hurt.
Triple Devastator Rand's gonna be gone for a minute
Okay.
because he got pretty fucked up during the King of the Ring tournament, especially during that match with Gunter. He got fucked up pretty good.
Yeah, so I see if Randy come back, I could see them gearing him up for SummerSlam, but Money in the Bank, I don't know. That's an iffy one for me.
Yeah,
But you can
that's
also do
and
Logan and Randy at, like, let's say there's that moment that Logan Paul is about to do some sleazy shit in the Money in the Bank, and Randy just stops him, and now that can enter their feud going into the future, or like whatever. You can have 'cause I don't really want to. I'm be honest, I don't really want to see LA Knight versus Logan Paul. I I see the
nah.
prospect of it, but I don't want to see it, and I don't want to see LA Knight beat him for the title.
And there's nothing against either one. It's just their two respective styles. I mean, honestly, just Logan's pacing alone might be a bit overwhelming for LA Knight, just a little bit. Melo would be an easier matchup, but then they're both heels.
Right.
Um, you could probably do KO one more time, but it's like how many losses is he taking from Logan already for the belt? Clean or not clean? It's like I said. The fact that Logan's had the belt this long, they put themselves in a very interesting predicament that they should have taken the belt off him at Mania, even Backlash. Like something should have happened.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but him having the belt gives him more credibility each time he walks into a PLE and walks out with it. Even when he has a match with Cody Rhodes,
Yeah,
and it's a banger, like it puts more. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's like when I see that match with Cody, I'm not mad at him having the belt. You know what I mean? Because we've
yeah, but
seen the
that
Austin
that's
Theory.
that's probably like the one exception though.
Yeah, he puts on bangers. As far as elevating the title, he's not doing anything for the championship. He's just
Yeah,
keeping it
the
stagnant.
belt's giving him the notoriety more than anything else. But then again, it's like he's at a point he's had enough matches against the upper echelon of the promotion to where you could hit the belt off him at any point in time and he's going to be money because he's shown that he can back it up in the ring no
Yeah,
matter the situation. Ooh,
somebody else
here
use
we
that
go.
word.
Here we go for shits and giggles for the Money in the Bank. Throw Bad Bunny or McAfee in there.
That'd be crazy too. Again, I'm not. I just said I'm for a surprise, so I'm not mad at that. I want to see something different. Like I don't want to just
Ooh.
see. Okay, this is.
Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out. Since you want to go crazy, all right. This newly formed partnership with TNA and WWE. What if that seventh person is from TNA, but they so happen to be a former Money in the Bank winner, Nick Nemeth?
I won't be mad at that. I won't be mad at that either because it'll do something for both. You'll allow like TNA to get their look, and you can have him walk on TNA with the Money in the Bank briefcase. keep it off WWE television, and we wouldn't even know when he strikes.
Because again, his gimmick is he's wrestling's most wanted man. What better way to boost that bounty on your head than you hold a contract for the world championship of your choosing in WWE hostage for a year in TNA?
Yeah,
And then also, again, Nemeth does stuff in Mexico, does stuff in Japan. They can say, hey, if you beat me, I'll give you this belt. So that way, anybody could potentially have a free shot at the belt. It could be someone from New Japan. It could be someone from Crash, CMLO, AAA.
yeah, just the
Someone
prospect of having the brand on the line. WWE Money in the
from a
Bank
guy that's
briefcase.
not contracted to WWE above anything else.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be a sprinkle right there. Again, keeping it off television. I think that's the most cringiest shit when you see the briefcase on television for so long and it becomes kind of like a
All
regular.
the fake cashing attempts, it gets old.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's also like they put the little gimmicks behind them. Like we just seen El Senor Money in the Bank, right? Like, okay, it's cool. They changed the color, but again, now you start to get impatient. Like, well, when is this gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
As much as I would love to see this individual in the match, given what's recently surfaced, he may officially be done, and that's Brock.
Mm.
Because I guess DOJ is now involved in that case, so they're back investigating Brock.
Yeah, so everything's on pause for him right now. So
But
his clip.
they're saying they're thinking that they may nix him out altogether,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Mm. That's crazy right there. I didn't even know
Mhm.
about that one.
Yeah, that kind of like sparked over the weekend a little bit before Brock was spotted at his son's hockey game in Minnesota.
Mm.
And again, hopefully Brock's name is cleared or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, Vince, you fucked a lot of people's lives up.
Yeah. I'm
But
not even
as it was, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm not even going to defend Vince McMahon. Whatever he did, if he's found guilty or anything, he gotta you know, see what the court got waiting for him.
Again, he's been in the court many times, but again, a cat's got 9 lives. Vince has burned about 8 of them already. But back to Raw and that interesting car wreck of a match between Ricochet and Braun Breaker.
Man,
Or
I'm
even
glad
before,
that
even before we get to that little one-on-one with Ricochet and Ilya,
mm.
that was very telling.
Now what you
Ilya try, Ilya trying to be like the better man. Say, hey, I know we got our beef back in the day, but I'm trying to let you know that man different. Granted, and Ricochet goes, I'm different too. You're different. We're all different.
saying?
I ain't scared of him. And Ilya's trying to look out for him, and Ricochet puffing out his chest saying, "No, I want this. I want him." But again, a part of that kind of leads me to believe that, like I said in our last show, that I can honestly see Ricochet jumping ship
Oh,
because Osprey he could have got in his ear, and Ricochet's got to prove why he used to be called King Ricochet in the Indies.
mm.
So that's just something like that. We got to keep an eye on that.
Man, that's how I was speed champion though. I can't have my speed champion going nowhere, bro. Come on, man.
So I'm glad you brought that topic up. So
Man, my speed champion's about to go.
there was a topic that was brought up recently via some remarks from Swerve Strickland, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, stating that at this moment in time it wouldn't be all that horrible if WWE and AEW did a little cross promotion.
Yeah, I mean,
I on the internet I
I would
posed the question of this: what necessarily does AEW bring to that table should they decide to link up together? I asked that question to you. Like, realist, all jokes aside, all sarcasm aside, does AEW legitimately bring anything to that table?
Here's the thing, guys. Like most of these guys on AEW, we've seen them in WWE. So nothing to me is screaming dream match. And then the ones that you remove the WWE talent, the former WWE talent, excuse me. Um, am I realistically gonna get those names on the card if we do a cross promotion? Are you ready to put MJF against one of WWE's top talent and have him lose?
Well, again, I'm not even talking about the matches, just legitimately AEW as a product. What do they bring that could elevate or that WWE could benefit from?
Fresh matches if they bring the only AEW originals.
That's such a small group of people, though. That's the thing, though.
That's
So
what I'm
again,
saying. Yes.
so some individual, I forget the name. We kind of went a little bit back and forth last night, but they posed the joking, sarcastic question of, well, what does TNA bring to the table? I respectfully replied, well, with the partnership with WWE and TNA, WWE is allowing TNA to reintroduce themselves to the masses. Say, hey, we have a solid product here. We are worthy of a television product. And on top of that, what WWE gains in return is a bridge that was once burnt to a crisp, never to be rebuilt again. Much like with the European scene, much like with the incoming possible NXT Japan, the stuff in Mexico, France, India, Spain. Triple H is trying to rebuild all these bridges that Vince burnt down. So that's what they would benefit from working with someone like a TNA or a Stardom, Marigold that's supposed to start soon for the women. Yes, there will be a cross promotion, but again, they're reintroducing new partnerships. They're breaking bread, and again, they're just reconnecting with folks. I don't necessarily see that with AEW for the simple fact of the fact that since day one for the last 5 years, if you want to break it down, has Tony Khan ever said one positive thing about WWE?
Nah. And even the most recent comments with Vince removed, they're not friendly. So
Even before that, do you remember the two bald assholes bit
yeah.
when NXT whooped the dog shit out of Dynamite almost a year ago in the ratings on was it October 7th, something like that, whatever? And Tony Khan's smartass had to say, for the first time in their careers, John Cena and Taker couldn't draw 1 million people. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you take John Cena and Undertaker out, whatever. You take all the other side legends out. NXT is still lapped by almost 200,000 people with their current crop. So again, I mean, again, the dream matches, whatever you want to call them, whatever. I'm sure they'll be phenomenal. Other than that, AEW doesn't at this moment in time. They don't
Man with three
provide
H.
anything that WWE can benefit from. But again, in the future, should things change down the road, I'm hopeful. But AEW has to essentially fix themselves, and as you stated many times, find their identity. They've seen glimmers of what their identity could and should be. It's just, can they actually commit to it without getting in their own way? That is the question that remains to be seen.
And as far as like in the state that they're in, I don't think WWE would want to even extend the olive branch at this point. Like you just stated, all the shots they've taken, not having an identity. At least TNA is they've they haven't been barking up that tree. They're in their own lane. They rebranded to what everybody knows and loves them for, which is TNA. So they're on the right trajectory. A working relationship with them with
And
WWE to WWE.
even then, aside from that small step from 2009 to 2011, if it's that long, when Hogan was running the show. Other than that, TNA just
Yeah.
stayed in their own
Yes,
lane.
sir.
My brother was happening.
Razor, what up, my G? It's good.
What's
HD,
the
what up?
word,
HD,
Slaves?
the
What's the
fresh
word, man?
cut. That shape up shop, baby. That shape up
Man,
is
appreciate you,
fresh.
man. I had to cut the Uso head. Remember, I had the little Uso head going, man. I had to cut
Yeah.
that joint, man.
Now, now what's
Asian
up?
looking fresh as a
Pa-
motherfucker now.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate my brothers,
parlay
man.
arrival. You know what I mean? I just arrived, got home, back home safe. It looked like it was an eventful Raw, man. Let me roll up. And I don't mean to interrupt. Razor, continue. I'm gonna roll up.
You
Get
good? You good? I'm just going into a rabbit hole I dove into last night as to should AEW WWE work together? Does AEW legitimately present something that WWE could benefit from, aside from a few matches here and there? Right now, it's a hard no. Could that change in the future? Possibly, only if AEW can grow on their own and stay the fuck out of their own way. Easier said than done. They have the talent that could do it. It's just Mr. Tony Khan that's got to unfuck himself.
And at this point, as a fan, I wouldn't even want to see a throwaway pay-per-view match. I just finished saying for the last few weeks, I want everything to be meaningful. I'm good. We already got Saudi events that for the thing for the goodness of it, the last one actually meant something. But the last few before that meant nothing. The greatest they had things such as the
The
greatest
one
Royal
that had
Rumble.
Logan and Roman wasn't half bad as a whole.
It wasn't. But
But
I felt
that was last year.
yeah, I felt like we knew what that was gonna be. I didn't personally think Logan was gonna win. He had moments in the match though that was definitely fire. It made you question, like, damn, they really let him go off on Roman, like, you know what I'm saying? But there was nothing of importance coming out of those Saudi pay-per-views, really, or PLEs. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Now, if they get a Mania, we could be having a different conversation.
That'd be crazy. I personally don't want to see a Mania. I feel like they could keep the Royal Rumble over there. The last time they did for real, the last time they did the greatest Royal Rumble, it was cool. It just didn't mean
Nah,
nothing. Titus
but
almost Titus went through the apron. That was
that
the
was
most
it. That was
Titus,
So,
but
so on my way here, right, I had missed the beginning of Raw. I was talking to HD when Raw had just kicked off, so I had missed the beginning of it, right? But I'm seeing. Can y'all keep me up to date with Live and Dom situation? I'm sold. I
oh
Live and
yeah,
Dom. I'm sold, man. What's going on with that?
they getting
What's
like
spicy,
I said at the
real
start of the
spicy.
show, when mommy comes back, dumb, you got some explaining to do, Chico.
yeah. So WWE is going all the way in with this. This shit with Live and Dom, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like back to what we were saying. Go back to we said it earlier the other day on the cast. Sex sells, right? And it looked
Yeah.
like that's the avenue they going with all of this. Like they know what it is. They know what's driving the views, and they playing into it.
But
WWE really
also,
going. Nigga have a scene just see Liv bent over and Dom get caught. Like, oh shit, nah, oh,
we
shit.
damn near got that today.
We damn yeah.
If Finn wasn't being a big bro.
They want to really get us. Take it there, Triple H. Like Dom just got some. Take it there. Take it all the way there. Fuck it.
But again, if you've noticed, not once has Dom uttered the words no. He has not uttered pump the brakes. He just stone faced like ah
Right.
ah.
I mean, Liv is not bad at all, man. He just, he just got real. But it's like, damn,
Oh,
can I turn this
and
in?
also, I don't know if you guys noticed, he wasn't wearing the sling today.
Hmm.
Liv probably slipped in the za fresh out of her forbidden fruit for all we know.
Mm.
Yeah. Yo, what happened with Cause I don't know I don't know how far y'all got in and whatever, but did y'all
We
speak on
we're slowly creeping to hour two right now from where we
got
left
you.
off, give or take.
Got you. Did y'all speak on Braun Breaker's situation?
We were just getting to that.
Got you. Got you. Got you.
Yeah, I mean that's
But
really where we was at for real. think
Hmm.
Braun Breaker, like I'm glad they took him out of those squash matches. What they only gave us like 2 or 3 weeks. Historically, they'll give us more weeks of squash matches. They got right into it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Again, importance. I like how, like you stated last time, Razor, he's playing into being mad. He wasn't placed in the King of the Ring tournament. Once again, putting importance on the tournament. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
putting importance
And
on the
not,
championships.
and not only that, like I touched on a couple minutes ago, to me, it seems like Ricochet's tapping into the shit that Oscar was talking about last week of how Ricochet needs to be in AEW to remind the folks who he is. Prior to WWE, he was known as King Ricochet all over the world. He's lost his step at WWE, so I'm thinking he may be on his way out, speed champion or not. Again, we got to keep an eye on the situation.
Boom, man. You can't get rid of my speed champion, man. That's our speed
Speed
champion, bro.
champion.
Come on, bro. That's our speed champion, bro.
That's
You can't
our
get rid of
speed. Like, am I the only
like
nigga that
man.
fast forward speed to the last 30 seconds just to see what happens? Am I the only nigga?
It's only a 3 minute match, damn it!
I'm just waiting for the 30. Like, but
Y'all
nah, I
some
ain't gonna lie.
impatient, motherfucker.
I did see a little like of the Braun Breaker segment, and like I do feel like, man, for him to be Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner's son, Scott Steiner, that family, like you gotta roll him out like this powerful monstrous. Like you can't roll him
How
out like some regular
clean was
cat. I
that
love it.
Frankensteiner?
Yeah,
That joint, that was crazy.
yeah, that was retarded, bro. He's a problem.
I'm
He's a
glad they
problem.
actually called it
He's
the
in the championship
Frankensteiner.
program. He's championship ready, y'all. I don't know if we probably too soon. Braun Breaker, he's ready for a title, bro. He need a belt on him, bro.
I
His
mean,
uncle
Sammy
was
just
known as
got
a
in
genetic
Purgatory.
freak, and them genes run the family.
For
Sammy
real.
got the IC belt in Purgatory. I mean, it's definitely gold up for grabs on Raw. Like, I mean, even if you paired him, you
Even
took
Logan
Baron
Paul
Corbin away.
SmackDown could get it too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the tag team belts are in Purgatory. I know they took
Uh,
Baron Corbin away from him, but you know, imagine if they would have still let him and Baron Corbin go. Wow, they could have definitely had the belts over there easily, easily.
Mm.
um, I don't think so, to be honest.
It was weird too, though. That I feel like they positioned them to win NXT championship and then split them up. Like I didn't really understand that because
Braun's got too much charisma to be tied up with someone of the likes of a Baron Corbin.
that's why I didn't
You got
understand letting them win it. But I did grow to love their tag team. Like
it,
Yeah.
it kind of reminded me of like a biker version of Rock and Sock Connection. There's one dude that's full of charisma, can do it all, and filling the role of Mick Foley, Baron Corbin.
yeah, yeah.
No disrespect, it's just Braun. That kid's special.
Did y'all see
Can't.
Liv Morgan's last tweet?
Oh
Nah,
God. Oh
Go to
God.
Liv Morgan's last tweet from an
Oh,
hour ago. Y'all about to die
I'm
laughing when y'all see it.
oh God. Where this shit at?
It's just funny as hell. This shit funny, dog.
I kissed the boy, and I like it.
But look at the picture. It look like HD on that shit.
I'm screaming.
HD, that shit.
Why they
Could
got
you
the
look at this?
young dom on the truck? I'm screaming.
That's that young Dom when he had all the color outfits. When that nigga had every color in
Yeah,
his outfit. That nigga.
yeah. That's another name
Oh,
we didn't mention there, Razor. I don't know if you did, but I definitely didn't. Braun Breaker for the Money in the Bank match. That'd be crazy to see him in that too.
I see your man
again,
declared.
if you throw him in that match, he's got to win it.
Mm.
He has to. Again, he's got too much steam right now. So Snake, let me ask you this. So we
Yeah.
touched this a little earlier. Jey Uso declared for the Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Now, Money in the Bank traditionally has had anywhere from 6 to 8 competitors. ASG and I just said, I'd like to say it's 7 folks. Who would you pick the other 6 competitors to be?
Okay, now let me ask you a question. My wrestling call might give a vote for 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna ask it anyway. The Money in the Bank match is it a mixture of SmackDown and Raw wrestlers, or they have two different matches?
They
It
used to
hasn't
have
been
different matches.
confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed for this year, but it could likely be just a few guys from Raw, a few extra SmackDown,
All right.
maybe from someone from NXT. We could see a curveball. We could see someone from TNA Crafter for all we know.
Now, listen, if they keep it just Raw, I feel like this Money in the Bank finna be stacked. They got a lot of talent on that Raw roster to make that interesting. But if they mix it up, I feel like that'd be fire. You could get Jay and Tama probably in the same damn, match or something. I think with Jay entering the Money in the Bank, ultimately this is where we start cracking open that shit. This is where we start getting to the shits. Didn't he mention like a Civil War bloodline statement in his promo today?
Yeah, he said last year Money in the Bank it was Civil War.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that
Jay
that's
Uso, Jay Uso's over. He's like the top dog. Like, you know what I mean? His return today, just from like missing 1 week, like they love him, bro. They love Jay Uso, bro. He's that nigga.
That's what I was saying. They misfired on it in the King of the Ring, but not completely. Like they gave us a teaser. Maybe we could see some bloodline stuff in effect in this Money in the Bank match here. You got
Only
Jay
thing I
Uso
feel like Jay
confirmed.
Uso need to do, no bullshit, is give his glasses away to a kid like Bret Hart used to do.
That'd be fire. I mean,
Like
I be thinking he gonna do
start
that.
giving the Yeet glasses to a special kid when you do your entrance. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be fire. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, his interest is cold blooded. If you give his glasses though to a little kid every time, like Cody do what he do, he'll really
Hmm.
be that nigga. Like he'll really be like, and that'd be homage
Well,
to Bret Hart. Like I used to wait for that moment where Bret Hart come out, like who's gonna get the glasses to? Like, oh, he gave it to the little
mhm.
kid. I used to like, who he gonna give it to? Like, you know what I mean? That was a thing.
So one theory we lightly touched on was, or that I kind of brought up was Money in the Bank. We could slowly see them plant the seeds of Jimmy and Jay reuniting. We could see a segment to where both of them are climbing the ladder.
Hmm.
Tama puts the pause on both of them, just leave them both for dead, so someone else kind of steals that victory. But we plant the seeds to reunite the Usos together.
Right. Another
But
thing I noticed. Did y'all touch on Karrion Cross's new role?
I say he got to shave his head.
Karrion Cross is put into this role of like whoever crosses his path is destruction coming. I think the New Day, somebody's going to hell.
Give me heel Xavier Woods.
Somebody from the New Day, because like I mean, the New Day's been New Day. Yes, it is for so long. It's like, can we get an evil version of y'all? You know what I mean?
It,
Why not? Let's
it, it,
try some shit. You know what I mean? I like that. I think
he's gonna be a sad sloppy mess with Punk of the pre-shows, but it's got to be Woods that turns on Kofi.
yeah. Who's Kiana James? I'm lost. I'm late.
She was very briefly in NXT, and they kind of called her up. I thought when they called her up during the draft, it was too soon, but she's
I did not like this match at all. It was flat, no
Right.
reactions.
this was unfortunate. This was the piss break match.
Yeah. And this is one that you rush right here. And all the other things they got the goal to rush. This is a match that was like, all right, yep, just move it along. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that Natalia got to be used like that, but it is what it is. She's just there to put the younger talent over. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm late to the show. I'm catching up, trying to make sure I can have my bullets and points.
You good?
That Hurricanrana from Braun Breaker was outstanding. That
Yeah,
That
move.
Frankensteiner.
yeah. They
Oh,
called it the
that's what you was talking about.
Frankenstein.
The Frankensteiner. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Mhm.
elite
Hmm.
athleticism. Whoa, that was crazy. I'm looking at the WWE page and shit. That was
And
crazy.
that's him just in first gear.
Yeah, that's insane. He's different. He's unlocking different shit every week. That so when you see him, right, you could just imagine what the fuck Jacob Fatu finna do, right? Because he got his arsenal was crazy, right? Like,
I'm salivating at that matchup already.
Mm.
Braun
That
Breaker.
folks thought Gunter Ilya one was special and violent. Get Braun Breaker and Jacob motherfucking Fatu in ring. You're gonna see a war. You're gonna see two pit bulls just going ham on each other.
I also mentioned this in our last episode pod we did, I mentioned the Chad Gable storyline. His Alpha Academy becoming one of the more intriguing stories of Monday, like with the girl vaccine and all of like that whole oldest shit. The way that nigga Cab be treating them, bro, that shit is must see. Like that nigga Chad gonna get his ass whipped real soon. Like he wilding.
That's
Like
crazy. That's been my offline conversation with Razor. It
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
been something about that.
because supposedly Friday he's a free agent.
Who Chad Gable?
His
Yep.
contract's up this Friday, supposedly.
Yeah, he's residing though. He's residing.
His is up. Natalia's is up. Becky's technically no longer under contract right now.
You know what I noticed about most of these guys that's going into their free agency contracts, like their like the ending of their contracts. Each wrestler that has had a contract situation is literally going into their contract ending in some of their best work to date. It's
Yeah.
like Drew was
Well,
going. Drew was
except for
involved with.
Natalia.
You know what I'm saying? Who? Natalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Great call with that. I seen her on Raw today. I'm like, damn, she's still getting rolled out. Yeah, Natalia's still here. Like, oh, they did it there. I ain't gonna lie. But now I feel like a lot of the free agents WWE got is coming out in big programs where it's like it'd just be like you only going for the money. Like you the best part of your career right now. It's like stay put, you know? I think Chad stays, man.
And like I said, he's found a new gear. He's found all cylinders. Now is the time where him and Triple H sit down. Triple H just gives him a brink shot and say, "Hey, here's half. Here's some now. You know I'm good for it. Just get us by to this, and then again, the other bag's coming."
I just look at it like it's guaranteed recoup time. Like it's guaranteed relax time. Like you can go on a handshake agreement, you can go on a verbal agreement, but unless it's written in paper that you're getting whatever amount of time you want off, I mean, there's no guarantees in that, right? Like you could re-sign today and then they'll have you on Raw next week. Like
Hmm.
if some of these people want to break, I think that's all they'll go for. I don't think they're gonna necessarily jump ship. I think Dolph Ziggler was the rare occasion because he was still one of the ones that got fired. Weird
So
enough.
With Dolph, he was very open about saying that I was locked down for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna do me. I'm not gonna sign a long term deal. I'm gonna just take it with whoever's gonna fuck with me.
But I like Dolph Ziggler, man. I think Dolph Ziggler is a legend or whatever. But
Mhm.
he was in WWE for a long, long time. He's
20
done
years.
yeah, he's done a lot. He's had all the gold. He's been through many things. They have a whole story
Is
of
he?
talent.
I think he's a Grand Slam champion too.
Yeah, I
Oh, I
think when
mean,
it gets to points like that with Dolph, it's like we're not looking to sign you back, and we want you to go somewhere where you can still get, you know what I mean, and work. You
well,
know what I'm saying? Like,
look at this theory we had earlier. Snakes Razor mentioned, what if they have a seventh man, right? You see how they got the Jordan Grace,
Allow me to lay the
TNA.
table real quick, okay?
Lay it
If I
out there.
may. So again, we touched on maybe seven guys. The seventh person for the Money Bank is a mystery person. All
mm,
they announce is it is a former Money in the Bank winner, and all we see is a TNA logo pans into the wanted man Nick Nemeth.
Nick Nemeth.
So he's going by his government name right now, Nick Nemeth.
Oh, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they don't call
They
him Dolph. His
give
home
into
Nick.
the world and give into
So
the
I'm not gonna lie. His new song sounds like a remix of Danger Zone. If you guys remember that song.
world.
So but again, this pen to that, all they'll say is it's a former Money in the Bank winner, and that'll lead that people could think it's Punk, people could think it's somebody else, whatever. Boom, you see Nick Nemeth, the wanted man, and say he wins it, you now have a guaranteed contract for a world title, whether it's Cody or whoever wins between Priest and Drew, and essentially that contract title opportunity is being defended by Nick all over the world, whether it's in the States, the UK, Japan, Mexico, Australia, and then he further acts as an ambassador for WWE and TNA. To say, hey, you beat me, you get a guaranteed top shot against their top guy.
Right.
There's a lot they
I
can do
mean,
with this.
shit. Your WWE's been giving different surprises throughout the year. NXT, everything. I will be surprised if they did something like that. That'd be dope. That'd be different for this year.
Because think about it, this weekend we're getting Roxanne versus Jordan Grace. We could be getting Trick Williams versus Ethan Page.
Yeah. And Snake, I was telling him it's a creative way to take the money in the bank off of WWE programming. You know what I'm saying? Every time we see somebody with the briefcase, you see them come out every week teasing something, a cash in, doing some corny shit. You keep it off TV. We
This
kind of
could be
forget
the
about
first
it.
time it gets a genuine reset.
Yeah, kind of forget about that shit for a
I
second.
feel
Like, oh,
like I feel
okay.
like yeah, I feel like you do got to do something different. Damian Priest had this purple suitcase. It's like I don't want to see niggas just got the suitcases making
Hey,
this.
Brock had a goddamn boombox.
Yeah, but that's what it become, right? That's what I was touching on too. Like you kind of remix the briefcase, give somebody a name, and then they walking around for half the year. Like Austin,
Remember,
like
remember when,
man,
remember when like during Damian Priest first early on when he won the briefcase, they like hinted at like Finn stealing it, like having it,
Yeah,
taking the contract out of it. Like you go to cash in and the contract's not in it, somebody
yeah,
else got it.
right.
yeah.
Like
The fake cash
yeah,
ins that
yeah.
got. I was fed up with that when Mox was or had the money back, whatever, and Seth opens the briefcase and then that goof flies on him and all that other bullshit. It's like, come on.
Or how about what y'all said the other day? Like somebody wins the money in the briefcase and they put that shit up and they lose it. They lose the money in the
Mm-hmm.
briefcase to
Defended, yeah.
somebody. Yeah, they defend it.
Kalesa is similar to New Japan with the G1. Yes, you earned a chance to main event the Tokyo Dome January 4th, but you got to defend that contract against whoever wants to run it with you. We could
But
be
then
seeing
again, let
something
me ask
similar with
y'all a question.
WWE.
Do y'all think WWE want to become that brand where they just like I know these good tries, nothing wrong to try different things, but you know how you got like AEW and all these other places. WWE is known for like being them, and you know what you get. Like,
But
do you switch it up and do this stuff that y'all saying, or do you you got the money in the briefcase? You got the money in the briefcase. You just
I,
remix it.
I say yes for the simple fact that, like I touched on earlier, with the does AEW bring to the table with this go around, Triple H is basically rebuilding and restructuring by hand every bridge that Vince burnt down over the last 50 years.
Yeah.
He's building them bridges by hand, one by one, all over the world. So I wouldn't put it past him to try something like that. Now, folks will probably say it's an AEW knockoff, but it's like, think about it, it's not really because, again, AEW is doing the money grab deal. Triple H is actually trying to build networks and relationships that folks thought were done for good.
I feel like the storytelling is immaculate. When you have Corey Graves and you got Michael Cole selling it, when they tell you the reason why these things are happening, I could believe it. I'll be honest. Like
Right.
when Tony Khan comes out and announces something and he says, "Oh yeah, it's like damn, a little cringy." But when you got the voices that have been talking to us for years, telling us, "Oh yeah, this King of the Ring tournament is leading to a championship," I'm not even asking no questions. I'm not.
Like I said, they mentioned Haku was a former King of the Ring.
I'm
Today
not
on Raw,
asking no.
they
Yo,
touched on Dragon Lee's father, Bestia Says, who's an absolute legend all over Mexico. So,
yeah,
like I
they give it
said,
some prestige.
Did y'all see Raw Talk today?
No.
I touched on that earlier very briefly because there was a QR code that Asian had both missed where they were referencing a
Yeah.
possible hijacker from the Wyatt Six on Raw Talk.
Check your phone, HD. I'm sending you what I see, and this is crazy. We missed this.
I bet.
Uncle Howdy how hijacked it.
So
This is what you
Snake,
sent.
Snake, while he's looking that up, let me ask you this question: given what we've seen, and we touched on this last week in the last episode, but given what we've seen with how the White Rabbit stuff with Bray turned out,
Uh-huh.
with what we're seeing currently with Bo Dallas and the Wyatt Six, is it worth just keeping it on ice and just stretching it out as long as you want, regardless of whether the six names are revealed and signed, sealed, delivered or not?
We was talking a little bit about this the other show. I said,
Uh huh.
man, like I don't think they want to pull the trigger till they're absolutely ready. But I just think
Because
as long as you keep this shit interesting, like with these promos and it's like today looked like it was interesting. So it's like, oh, like we feel like we're getting somewhere. We're almost getting there to like them debuting. Like people thought it was tonight. Like I think it was something like him saying, "I'll see y'all tonight." People thought it
folks
was
thought I
tonight.
was in Paris,
Yeah.
folks thought I was in Saudi, folks are gonna think it's in Toronto next week.
Mhm. Clash at the Castle. Could it be that the time? Clash at the Castle.
It could be in Wales too.
Hmm.
But again, but it's one. Do you say it for a quote unquote B show, or do you say
Right.
it for like a SummerSlam? Do you say it for a Survivor Series?
Right. Right.
Can you afford to hold this off until the Rumble in January potentially, or is
Right.
that too long?
Well, do you think is Alexa Bliss gonna be a part of this?
So there have been 5 names that have been teased about it. I haven't seen Alexa Bliss's name listed. However, she's got her own teasers stating that she will be affiliated with it. She's up in the air. I know she's been dealing with some stuff with her newborn as of late, but again, she's up in the air. Braun's up in the air. So far, I know they mentioned Dexter Loomis. They mentioned Joe Gacy. They mentioned Nikki Cross.
Those are great picks right there. Dexter Loomis always gave me a psychotic vibe, and Joe Gacy just looks like one of them Hills Have Eyes characters.
And you can't go wrong with Nikki Cross either with that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts. When she was part of Sanity, fire.
Right.
So I mean, there's a few names tossed around, but
And
ultimately,
what happened to that
it's
crew, Sanity, bro? What happened to them?
uh um Eric Young is back in TNA. The other dude that had the reddish hair mohawk stuff, I think he's medically retired. If not, he's back in Europe. Big Damo, he was doing stuff for TNA for a minute. I don't know if he's still there or not, or he could be retired too. I know he is married to Nikki Cross. But again, there's a lot of folks you could incorporate in that group that
Right.
could work legitimately. But again,
Right.
from what I've seen on Twitter, it's always been just 5 names with one missing. So it's like, is there 5 names? Is there actually six? Like, what's the deal? Triple H is a master playing mind games. So again, he could have all 6 names ready to go. He's just having fun with it. They could
I
be,
feel.
for
I
all we know,
think.
they could be doing trials for that 6 person. Who knows?
I think like see how people was getting frustrated with Damian Priest, right? Like when you cash it in, and then when he did it, it was brilliant, right? It was like
Yeah.
wow, he pulled it off. People are getting a little frustrated with the QR codes. I'm no longer interested. I'm no longer interested. I feel like longest it's a big draw involved in the Wyatt Six is gonna go crazy. Like let's just like for example, like if they attack Cody or something like that's gonna be crazy. Like if their first target is Cody or some shit, like
I pitched this idea to ACL a while ago. What if the 6th person is Jey Uso? Hear me out.
mm,
He was gifted the Fireflies by his wife and the audience themselves. When Uncle Howdy and or Bo Dallas emerges, that he could tell Jay, hey, his spirit is in you. Therefore, you have the world in your hands. We will follow your lead.
yo, that is an amazing pitch. I was just thinking that is brilliant. Like, what if they all surround him and some spirit just take over him because of that firefly shit he didn't even know, and they should just like,
And
yeah,
it's right up Triple H's level of craziness too.
right. Nah, that'd be fire as hell. That'd be crazy.
So then you have a torn Jey Uso. Like you could have Jimmy and Roman League try to say come back to the family.
Right.
Jay could be like, y'all did me dirty before. Bo could say, we're your new family now. Jay could be like, I don't fucking know. Okay, there's a lot you can do with this right now.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I definitely am like hyped to see what they're gonna do on Cloudy and I am.
And I think the beautiful part about it is, like, so much like a lot of the things that WWE that I've told HD before, like, a lot of they have all kinds of stories going on right now that you could go 50 different directions and all of them seem like the right move to do. Whether it's like I said, whether it's the Bloodline story, whether it's the Judgment Day bullshit with Liv, the stuff with Punk, the Alpha Academy stuff, everything. They could go this way, that way, whatever, and it's gonna work.
Wait, next week we got Dragunov versus Braun Breaker.
Yep, we got
Yo, they
that. We
roster
got
is so crazy.
we have Otis versus Sammy as well.
Bro, they roster so crazy. They can have pay per view type matches every week, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like
As far as
AEW
Ilya
can't match
versus
that. They
Braun,
can't match shit like that. AEW can't.
put the kids to bed early. That one's not gonna be for the faint of heart.
Right.
Like I said, they got so much going on, and like I said before, It's an amazing problem to have, and that's rare to see, especially in WWE.
Right. And remember, they still don't have their three top dogs currently wrestling.
Four if you count Charlotte, five if you count Rhea.
Yeah, Charlotte is a big dog too, for sure.
And like I said, you could go down the list. It's like they're missing all these folks. And like I told HD before, like when we first started looking up, I'm very curious to see what they do without Roman in the bloodline. Look what we've gotten since then. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Because remember when people would try to act like, oh, we only want to watch the bloodline as the most intriguing thing. It's like, nah. Now you're watching
You got the
every
Chad
hour,
Gable
every
stuff.
show. Yeah, you're watching
You
every
got the
segment.
Dominic bullshit. You got the
Yeah.
Damian Priest bullshit. You
Hmm.
got the Logan Paul bullshit. You got the stuff with A Town Down Under, where Grayson Waller bad mouthing Gargano and Series Old Faction of the Way. There's so much stuff going on.
And you know what? We have to give credit. I think they said in the beginning of the year, like they changed the cameraman. They have a new cameraman, right? That's where we getting all these new shots.
Yeah, they're
And
using a lot of ESPN crew now.
and whoever's writing, whoever's doing the shit behind the scenes for WWE is doing an excellent job.
Essentially, it's been the Sports Center crew from what I've been researching.
They're doing an excellent job with these storylines for real.
And like I said, think about it. No Rock, no Roman, no Punk, no Becky, no Rhea,
No Seth.
no Seth. It's like
Feel like we're gonna
there's so
see
many.
more of Jade on Raw too, with what
Yeah, what
played out
happened with
tonight.
that? What happened with that? Yeah, what happened with that?
You had Alba
So
Fire,
what
Isla
we
Dawn.
could be seeing a potential triple threat for that belt because uh, Zoe and Shayna called them out saying y'all been ducking us for whatever.
Mm.
Bianca said, "Hey, we're here. What's up?" They had the match was solved for what it was for the most part. It gets interfered by Isla Dawn and what's the other homegirl's name?
Isla Dawn, Alba Fire.
Alba Fire. So
Okay.
they kind of said, "Hey, y'all forgot about us. We want them belts. We're gonna take matters into our own hands." So and they also tell us, "Hey, you're gonna have a pay per view in the UK and not have two people from the UK contending for the women's tag team titles. It ain't going down like that."
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we have yet to really see Jade and Bianca face some real adversity yet, as far as them being on the teams. We seen
And
them
and
like build chemistry and look better, but now it's time to see them in a fight. Like you know what I mean? Like
and if you haven't seen Alba and Isla, they are an amazing group together.
mm.
Especially when they were with Mandy Rose back in NXT, they were phenomenal.
I like Zoe and Shayna basically.
But I'm talking about Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I got to get more familiar with them young ladies for sure.
Yeah, I remember that they really blew up once they kind of had their little funk with Mandy Rose towards the end of Mandy Rose's tenure.
Oh yeah, I
So
remember Mary Rose. I used to love
she
Mary Rose.
definitely elevated them. And again, I've only seen them just elevate themselves, just putting in the work because they're finally touching on the fact that yes,
I
but
also see
Bianca
they
and Jade
brought
they are the
Sonya
women's tag
Deville back.
champions,
Sonya Deville is back. I see.
and she's trying to recruit her own little faction of Zoe, Shayna, and Natty,
Yeah, she's good
and
as a
they're
manager type vibe. I like her as that.
and Shayna's over saying, "No, we don't need nobody. We're good on our own. We don't need nobody. We ain't scared of nobody." So again, I'm very intrigued into where they go with Sonya Deville's character from here now that she's back
Right.
because
Feel
she's
like she
another
played
one.
that manager. She played that manager role.
But even then, folks forget she's nice in the ring too.
Yeah, that's the last. That's the last I've seen her. But every when she gets into this recruiting mode, it feels like she gonna be the leader, like you said, the leader of a faction, gonna be the mouthpiece for them. I could see her.
Because
She pairs
she's
well with
got
them.
that alpha male persona about her.
Yeah, she pairs well with Shayna and Zoe Starks though for sure. So I wouldn't mind seeing her with them.
Because
Natalia, I'm good on that. You know what I'm
what
saying?
I can see her being with Shannon as well because her and Shannon both share that MMA background.
Yep.
So again, I'm very intrigued in what they got going on for that.
Io Sky was wilding tonight again. She was attacking Lyra Valkyria backstage. She got that mean streak going on.
I love
You
it.
not
I hate it.
you hate it?
I
He
love
loves
EO.
it.
No, I love it. I love EO upset because the Chinese
So
people when they get upset,
here,
we don't know what they saying. It's like, "Eh, my God," you don't know what they saying. That shit is funny as hell to me.
here's why I hate it. It's the same damn shit Nikki Cross says every time we see her come out.
Mm.
It's the same shit. Now Io, she's so much more versatile than just the unhinged, unadulterated physical monster. She's much more than that. She's proven she's much more than that. I want to see her take on more of a cerebral role similar to what they attempted with Shinsuke. I think she can execute this a little bit better.
I think they're showing that EO is pissed off that Bailey that they lost. She lost the belt. They lost the tag belts. They have nothing. She's
So,
pissed. She's
so the
pissed.
story
That's
they're
the real
going
reason.
with,
She's pissed.
the story they're riding with is the belts, whatever. She's mad that she lost to a rookie from NXT. So they're gonna run. So they're gonna run it back next week.
And EO,
I said
you can't. I don't think you could just squash EO and just roll her out as some regular talent. I don't think you
that's what
can.
I'm saying. She's much more versatile than that. That's all I'm like. I'm not on board with this.
I'm gonna be honest. It may be time to maybe add a United States women's belt. It has to be some more gold for the women. Like it's not enough. But they have a lot of talent. Like if they had a United
Now
States women's title,
that North American title that Sexy Red job for NXT. What if they made that available to all women across all three brands? Could that be something maybe?
no, I like that they're doing that for NXT. I'm saying for like the
But
main
I don't
roster,
think and
Raw,
I
SmackDown.
don't think NXT's women's roster is that deep for that anymore.
Mm. Oh, you
There's a
saying
lot of
like the same way like Solo had the NXT the North American, he was on the main roster. Like somebody could get that and be from the main roster too. Like Becky went over there
Yeah.
right,
when
yeah,
Becky went over
yeah.
there. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that belt is fire
I would
too.
like to see an intercontinental or US belt, but then the problem would be people gonna be like, well, what happened to the other side? Unless you
Right.
defend that championship on both brands, if you make it exclusive to one, people's gonna and then it's gonna be creating too much because yeah, the roster, I don't think on both brands you can thin it out that much. It's already tough when you got the women's belts and they looking for competitors for that for the tag team belts. You taking
And
away from
also
competitors.
to
Yeah, nah,
to
I get that.
to
Hmm.
stroke the Dave Meltzer ego, are there too many belts in WWE?
Are there too many belts in WWE? No. Back in the days, we had the European, we had the cruiser, we had more belts. We had the hardcore. We had other shit going on too. Like it was mad gold. So no, it's not enough gold right now. I feel like this quality right now, like all the gold that WWE has
Now,
is
granted,
quality.
it's different for as Snake calls it the other show. It's different for them, but for WWE's case, yeah. So Raw, you have the what's is their title called the WWE title? What's their main title called?
Is it the men's world championship?
Yeah, whatever. You have that. You have the IC and the tag team belts, and then you have SmackDown, the Universal, the US, and then their tag teams, and then the women's go across all brands. So I mean, you probably could introduce a secondary women's belt, but then again, much like the women's tag team belt, you'd almost have to have it travel like the women's tag team belts.
I kind of
Like you see how yeah, go ahead, Z.
no, I was gonna just say I hate how the cruiserweight belt was presented because when I was growing up, I never looked at the cruiserweight belt like the 205 live cruiserweight belt, like the
It was
205
its own
live.
division.
Yeah, and it felt like a gateway. Like if you was a good enough cruiserweight, like Rey Mysterio was, then
Right.
you could find yourself going to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go back 20 years. You had Rey Mysterio, Billy Kidman, Paul London, Jamie Noble, Kid Cash, Chavo Guerrero, Eddie
Chavo.
Guerrero.
Juventud Guerrero.
Yeah.
It's Guerrero, not Guerrero.
Juventud
Mhm.
Guerrero, yeah, he was the truth.
And then you have Psychosis, super
Psychosis,
crazy.
yeah, psychosis.
Also,
Oh,
much love and respect to Psychosis. He's going through a lot of medical problems right now. I wish him nothing but the best.
To Jerry was a beast. He was one that was like he was in the cruiserweight, and
Tajiri's still going ham in all Japan right now.
yeah, and I never really looked at him like a cruiserweight. Like again, like they make these cruiserweights look like they can't compete. You know what I'm saying?
And then fast forward to a few years ago, you had Cedric Alexander,
Hmm.
TJP, Pac, Buddy Murphy. For a minute, you had Kota Ibushi, you had Zack Sabre Jr.,
What was the dude that used to come out with the umbrella? I forgot his name.
like if they had
Marty
the
Skrull.
cruiserweight, if they had the cruiserweight title, niggas like John Morrison, John Morrison, you know what I mean? Cats like that.
Yeah.
If they bring back that division, there's only one person I want to have that belt.
Ricochet.
No, Hook.
Well, Hook is not here.
Hook could be a free agent very soon, for all we know. But again, bring
I
him
don't think I
back,
don't
bring
think
back
Hook
that
is not
division.
coming without Taz, man. Hook coming with his
And
dad.
again, that's almost certain.
Yeah.
But again, you get him over there, you build a division around him because and you just let him soar. Ricochet, you could put him in the heavyweight division, cruiserweight division, whatever. He's gonna rock with it.
And I trust under the belt design, they won't give him that stupid purple strap with the titanium plates. They'll give it a
Hold
natural
up,
cruiserweight.
I'm gonna keep fucking with that belt for a minute.
But man, I can't. I
Yo,
couldn't
speaking of
like
belt
not. I
designs, y'all like the
couldn't.
IC belt?
We was talking
It grew
about
on
that.
me. It grew on
Gunther,
me.
Gunther, for me, elevated the prestige. Before that, prior to that,
But he's on with the overall design.
Right.
yeah, no. But for
It,
me,
it, it,
that's what played a part into it. Because who holds the belt? It's like when Shawn Michaels had the white strap versus when the Miz holds the white strap. It's not the same. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, it plays a part in who's holding
Hold,
the
hold, hold.
title as
But
well.
then
You know what I'm
again,
saying?
Yeah, Gunther brought
what
that
about when
back to the
Jericho had
title
the
for
black
sure.
strap?
This is what I'm saying. Like it's prestige. I went back and looked at the old episode and like, damn, they really had the navy blue strap for the world heavyweight
Honky Tonk
belt.
Man, I
Like,
think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had the powder blue strap for a minute.
yeah, as
That
far as the
was
IC,
what
yeah.
that was the powder. That was Andre the Yokozuna's belt. That was powder blue.
Ultimate Warrior had what the yellow
Warriors?
one for the
Yeah.
IC. So like for me, everybody that held like Shinsuke, I wasn't sold on him holding the IC belt. Who else held it? That Sammy his first go around with it. I wasn't really, but when I feel like the emphasis on heavyweight champion, Gunther put the emphasis on heavyweight. And when he started saying that intercontinental heavyweight champion, I started looking for that on the belt. Like, do the belt even say heavyweight? And it sure do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh,
And
Gunther
you
really
know why
brings
you
some
right, AC? Because he
prestige.
made that shit powerful when Sammy got it. Like he made that shit powerful when Sammy won it. You know what I'm saying? He built that shit up, that prestige, like you said. But
Yeah.
I feel like WWE, like you see how people was calling for like the Eagle WWE title, or Cody's gonna change the Eagle and over the like I feel like the IC belt, it'd be dope if they go back to like an old school look. Like maybe even bring the white strap back. I don't know how far back they did it the last time, but like go back to one of the old IC belt looks.
I
So
feel
now,
like Miz
AC,
made it look cringy. It was dope, the idea, but I didn't really enjoy it when the Miz did it.
Yeah.
so AC, you and I talked. What's one thing that you and I talked about belt designs over the last few months?
For which one?
Side
Oh yeah,
plates
the
versus
top.
the nameplate.
Yep, yep.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but Swerve has made a slight adjustment to the AEW World Title.
I
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen it. He took the side plates off.
It's got that and the nameplate.
Okay.
He's rocking with both.
Yeah, I missed them
Don't it
days.
got like his grills in it?
Bro, don't get me fucking started on that again.
It got his grills in the belt or some shit like that.
No. So he got a custom growth in the shape of the AEW belt, but a Swerve's AEW title has, yeah, that's stupid ass shit right there.
See, but like I love the fact that whoever got it for the time being, you put your own spin on it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
So right
somebody,
there, I don't know if you can tell, it's got the side plates, but right there at the bottom, it's got the little nameplate too on the very bottom.
yeah, that shit tough.
Yeah,
But
it say
But
Swerve right
I think it's
there.
kind
but as
of
far
big, but it's tough though. I like it.
But as far as that grill, I'll take Kanye's solid steel grill before that grill. It's
You know,
actually
I ain't
like
gonna lie.
tacky.
That should look like a toy championship at first. You remember the toy championships that used to come with the kids'
The,
toys?
what the OG Walmart replicas?
Yeah, the Mattel toys and all.
Nah, that shit fire. That
Nah,
shit
that
hard.
shit. I ain't gonna lie. At first, when I see look, because I think I seen this, I was like, I can't even tell. Like, I was just like, nah, that shit ass. Like, I'm be honest, that's my first reaction. Shit ass. I seen it from far. When I seen the detail of it though, I'm like, all right, nah, that shit all right. Like, I can see that.
Maybe
I
it's just
mean,
me then. I'm
that
cool
shit,
being the
that shit. I'm be
minority.
real. That shit not fucking with the WWE title that Cody got at all.
Nah,
so
his
so now
creation.
let me ask you guys this: would you prefer the OG Wing Dingle belt or the undisputed belt that was shared between Undertaker, Rock, Brock, and Eddie?
That I want that. I want the one that with the one. What is the one with the little bit of blue in it? The circle one. What's the
I
one
think
that the
that's the
Rock won?
modified. I think that's the modified wing.
The one that Stone Cold and all them had early 2000s, man. That circle
Oh yeah,
one
yeah,
with it.
that was the modified Wing Dingle, but they
Okay.
in the early 2000s or whatever, when Taker was the Undisputed Championship, it was a very different design. It literally had quite a bit going on, but I prefer that belt over the current belt that we have, and I can make an argument that that could be better than the coveted Winged Eagle that many of us fans cherish to this day.
Mm.
Just look at the belt that Eddie had when he beat Brock in San Jose and when he defended against Kurt Angle. That specific belt design, which is just one on one.
Mm. Yeah, I gotta see that. If you got that picture, put that up, AJ. I gotta see what you're talking about. But nah, it seemed like today was a good show though from Raw. You know what I'm saying? A good lineup overall. You know what I'm saying? Now we got SmackDown coming up with all that
Again, most of Raw today was dedicated to the Lovebirds or
nonsense.
Liv Morgan's freaky ass.
Yeah.
Cause I couldn't help but laugh at when Braun's getting ready to just take out Dom. Liv comes out of nowhere, just like, no, you're not gonna hit him.
If
Braun's
I'm
just
not
like, oh,
mistaken,
fuck this.
you talk about this one right
Yeah,
here.
no, but you're close. It
Yeah,
would
this
say
show.
it was Robin switch to WWE, and it would say undisputed on it too. Let me see if I can send you a picture of it.
Ain't that the shit
I
that
know
Brock
which one you
Lesnar had
talking
when he
about.
first came?
Yeah, that's the one he took off the Rock. I think.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. That shit the Rock got, that shit that he got for the Hall of Fame, that shit need to be a belt. That Brahma bullshit, that Rock shit. That shit was looking like
Oh no, no, no. Yeah. So that one's very close to it, but the difference is this one has this it has the WWE logo instead of WWF, but that's basically what it was.
Oh, so it's when they switched to WWE.
Yeah, but the center plate is basically the same thing. The side plates are same side plates, but yeah, that's the belt right there.
Yeah, I remember that because
That
that's the one in the game. I forgot which
mhm.
SmackDown, like Here Comes the Pain or whatever. You remember, like
It might
everybody
have been No
saying,
Mercy when we first saw it.
yeah, they was going crazy with that shit in the game. Everybody putting that title up
No
when
Mercy,
you
No
play.
Mercy or WrestleMania 2000.
No mercy for me, man.
No, for me, it's if we're going for ranking them all. It's Here Comes the Pain, then WrestleMania 19, then No Mercy.
Like the reason I can't put WrestleMania 2000 ahead of No Mercy is simply because every No Mercy is WrestleMania 2000 on crack.
All right, so
Like,
here I'm gonna go ahead and fuck y'all up. No Mercy or WCW NWO Revenge.
No Mercy.
um,
Yo, WCW. I just want to say this. No Mercy might be right. The black cover. That's just a classic cover. Classic
It
cartoon.
was just clean. It was clean.
Yeah, clean. Like, but
I think
that
that shit still on
WCW
my Nintendo
NWO
64.
Revenge was niggas' childhoods, bro. That game. got niggas through
That game was
like.
better than WrestleMania 2000, but not better than No Mercy. Simply because No Mercy had a storyline that
Mhm,
what you did affected. Like if you lost the match, it took you down a different arc. You won, it kept you
mhm,
on this same arc. So that was very ahead of its time for me.
mhm.
And I thought it was dope. You unlocked mad shit within that story mode too, just doing that. So they had good
Let's raise the
creative
bar real
mode.
quick. Which game had the best soundtrack?
Digging it all. I think but nah, yo, that
I
Sting
I, I,
intro, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, you got
Sting
me
with
on
the
I,
that. I
bat,
can't remember the soundtrack. You got me on that one.
Sting
Cause
with the
I think the
bat
best
at the
one,
beginning.
the best one I had, I remember was a SmackDown versus Raw '09, the one that with Randy on the cover.
Mm.
What was
Just
the
songs
best?
for
What was the best pay per view theme song ever?
Um,
uh I want to say I don't know if it was Judgment or Mercy where it had that song "The End Is Near."
I think a Razor is a fucking
for me,
legend with
I
the
don't know
shit.
why.
No,
He
no,
said the
no.
end is
That
near.
that was one of the first movies I saw as a child. Well, in peak American Badass Undertaker.
The only
I
song
think it's
that popped in my
California
head
Love.
as a kid from a theme was that WrestleMania. Did that
I fell asleep.
like give it up, give it
And
up? Like I remember that. I'm from
I'm
that
gonna
era,
be
and
I'm gonna be honest. That little streak the weekend had, whatever. They could have taken better songs from his catalog instead of Blinding Lights.
yo, yo, why
I
Pat McAfee screamed is white bitch again on TV? I think you see why
Oh,
you see.
no. Let's quote it properly. That big white son of a bitch.
Yo, Pat got a
man.
different type of pull because like he can say what he want, bro. Like I'm
You catch
surprised
your
by
show
that.
this morning when we talking about Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how you get through that? How you get that through customs? Like any other person could get killed just saying that.
So here's my thing. I noticed that a few weeks ago, even cause beforehand they would used to never drop any f bombs before uh until after the second hour. Now they're dropping them hour one and two, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Did we miss something? Is this shit? Are they just centric on ESPN or what? What they doing?
Right.
Because I'm watching this shit on YouTube where it's all going through.
I think Pat really got his own shit. Like he could do what he want for his hour. Like he
Well,
pulled.
also, if you think about it, because there was one show, I kid you not, they had Kendrick Perkins on. Within like 5 minutes, this motherfucker dropped like 10 F bombs. He didn't get a single fuck. And Patrick, I'm like, bro, you ain't paying the bill, it's me.
Yeah, Pat McAfee. He that
But
nigga can do
again,
what he want.
I get where it's coming from. This one with Caitlin Clark, but again, it's one of those, bro. You know, of all people, just read the room.
Yeah, that nigga
Don't
definitely
hit the
doubled down on
loud.
that shit again.
Don't hit the loud hour one. Wait a little bit for that one.
Yeah, it's wild too. I mean, fuck it. He was still on TV though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-mm.
But just Joe, I'll put it step to say the WNBA is now popularized by this one white bitch.
I'm
I
screaming.
say this, man. That white bitch got. I ain't gonna lie. I've never seen niggas watching this WNBA so litty. Like this WNBA season, it got some shit going to it. Like it make you want to watch
But
it. I ain't gonna lie.
what's crazy is what Pat was really saying was it's not just her. It's Caitlin Clark. It's Angel Reed. It's like six, seven other girls that all came in the same class that are elevating the league together.
Mhm.
It just so happened to be that some of these big numbers that are supersede everything happens to be via Caitlin Clark and her effect.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at the Indiana Fever, like from obviously put a stat from this season, last season, ticket sales they're up by like 13,000 tickets at least on average.
I ain't gonna lie. They treated Caitlin Clark like they treated Tom Shepard and Above the Rim.
Hmm.
Shit.
Like a nigga Birdie, like everywhere she go, ping pow. Like niggas is like, it's real. Like for her, like everybody's taking the challenge every game, bro. They like, I seen a chick had two free throws, made one and ran to her and forgot she had another free throw. That's how real it was.
That's
And
crazy.
then that one chick yesterday, whatever, just season her just checked her real quick like a linebacker's ear holder.
Cause you know what's
Like,
funny,
what,
right?
bitch?
People don't catch. Caitlin Clark is a sneaky shit talker too.
Yeah, no, she is sneaky. She'll be upfront about it.
Like
She was upfront about it in college here. She'll tell you how it is because she'll talk about walk the walk. But now you're in a league to where it's grown folks playing too.
talk.
Yeah. Again, you can talk all you want, but they hit the grown folk hit just a little bit harder than the college kids.
Facts. Now she's doing good though. She got rookie of the month. You know what I mean? Like
She's doing what she can, but
yeah.
was it her and Leah Boss? I think they both. I don't know if they were confirmed to be hurt or not, but whatever. But they both kind of got taken out over the weekend in the game.
Oh yeah. By the way, I know you've been hurt this weekend, man. My Yankees, man, we just whipping y'all ass, man.
Yo, shout out to the Giants.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? They won me a little.
Jerry Jones and Juan Soto has been whipping y'all ass.
HD wound me about this earlier, but again, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that team. All I can say is from this year to last season, there ain't really no difference. It all comes down to one thing. They don't
fuck with the
invest
Giants,
long term in the right areas.
I fuck with the Giants, man.
I've been saying it for years. We need a center fielder. We get Jung Hoo Lee from Korea. Just get the shoulder out for the year. We have no center fielder again. We get Blake Snell on a discounted deal. He's been hurt all season thus far already. We sent our entire bullpen to everywhere else. We got a brand new bullpen that's the drizzling shits. Our star closer Camilo Doval, who's in a contract year, who's been back with negotiations, he's been iffy this year. But then again, he's always iffy because he doesn't give a fuck about the damn pitch clock. And per usual, everybody's always hurt because they don't know how to take care of themselves during batting practice. Everyone wants to go fucking have a batting practice, knowing you got a goddamn game in half an hour. And like I told HD, the Giants very easily could have taken 2 out of 3 from the Yankees this weekend, but they didn't.
Giants helped me out today, man. Tell you that much. Room for them guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why. Juan Soto, you whipping their ass.
But then again, the D-backs, that is a scary team. It's a whole bunch of young kids. They're much like the Baltimore Orioles. They're young. They're all paid for. They're all healthy. They're all hungry. They're going to be a problem for the next few years. But y'all gonna pay Juan Soto this year, or is he gonna end up walking back to us?
Nah, we gonna keep paying people, bro. That's what the Yankees
Juan Soto
do.
ain't going nowhere, man.
But what I will say this, for the shit Aaron Judge was saying Friday night, he can run my fade for that. On some real shit, like this team is gonna offer you the world. You be like, oh yeah, it was a drink with you to play here. You know, Bonds did all this shit here, whatever, blah 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 blah. Bitch, you left for Yankee money, bitch. I don't want to hear your bullshit. You got hurt running into a fence at Dodger Stadium, so I don't hear your bullshit.
We also in the finals start this week.
Oh yeah, Thursday.
Finals kicking off Thursday.
Who you got?
I got the Mavericks, man. What's the X factors to this series?
It's definitely going to come down to the bench, but more importantly, like I've said in days past in the past shows, Boston for years has dubbed Tatum as the franchise. This is your last shot to prove are you the dude or not. Because Luka, he's got the I don't give a fuck attitude. I'm here to ball. Kyrie is back to prime form. Everyone on the team can put up points. Everyone plays.
Bro, I just see some funny ass shit, bro. That my man said sent me. That shit is stupid.
I'm listening to you raise up about Jason Tatum.
No,
but I wasn't trying to, bro, because I wasn't trying to break on camera, bro. But it fucking got me hurt.
Yeah, you stupid. Man. That's my fault, man.
That was that. I got the penis spill real quick.
And then I ain't gonna lie, snakes caught me too. So
I'm just faded. I'm just over here smoking. I'm like,
what I saw
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, 3, 2, 1.
I'm screaming, bro. Nah,
Nah, like what year is Tatum in?
what
Year
is it?
4 or 5 at least.
Year 4 or 5.
Some of
Tatum?
that.
Nah, Tatum been in the league longer than Luca. This is Luca's
Let's
sixth
see.
year. He's in the finals. This is Luca's sixth season. So
Yeah,
Tatum had to
he
be in the
might
league
be
at least seven,
six,
eight.
6 or 7. Cause he definitely played LeBron while LeBron was still in the East.
Yeah, so did Tatum come a year before Luca?
Uh,
This is, let's see. This is year 7 for Tatum.
Right. So he came the year before Luca. So listen, like you said, if Luca get this championship in year 6, and Tatum, you'd have had Kyrie, you'd have had a lot of players with you, bro. And you can't get it done this time. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
And I'll be kind of last show, Snake. If Boston ends up shitting the bed to Dallas, I blow that whole team up.
you have to.
And let's be real.
You have to.
Do you think Luca want Porzingis to get a ring with Boston? And we traded you, bro, because he
Oof.
was playing like ass with us. Luca pissed them all
Porzingis,
out.
Kyrie, this is their revenge tour.
Yeah.
That's gonna be wild.
Kyrie gonna walk into TD Garden saying, "Let me remind you, motherfuckers, who the hell I am."
I tell you this though, it's gonna be a lot of people getting kicked out of them games because they gonna be saying
Kyrie
some
gonna walk out.
outlandish shit to Kyrie and them niggas.
Kyrie gonna walk out saying, "I made LeBron famous."
See, and Tyree the type to talk back with his game. Luca literally gonna
Same with
talk to
Luca.
the crowd every bucket.
Luca, he gonna let everybody know.
Like what? I like when Luca get to talking that shit, like, cause he really be
Luca
talking
about to get the Draymond treatment if he ain't careful.
real shit. You know who's tight as hell? You know who's sad right now at home? Grant Williams. He was on both of these teams, and they're both in the
Uh
finals.
huh.
Mm. And he could have
Grant
really
Williams,
contributed to both, but guess
right?
not.
No, he started thinking he was a Draymond. Like niggas started really thinking he was Draymond. Like, come on.
Again, I was talking on that the other day. Remember Razor? Now I had a hot
Hmm.
take. I said, look, man, like Draymond, he had his moments where he was that big three, but that notion to me that he still is part of their big three, that gotta relax. And they need to put him in the right position, get the right help if they want to keep him in the starting lineup. If not, I don't see no reason for Draymond to still be in the starting lineup.
I'm gonna be
Uh,
real. Draymond ruined
Especially
the
when you
war.
got Wiggins and Looney
Draymond
ready to go
literally
to
fucked it
take the
up this
helm.
year, bro. He fucked it up this year with
he
his
Yeah, he
did.
antics.
did.
He did. He really did, bro. And I would defend him on certain occasions because what he brings to the team. But no, his antics literally caused
I said that too, a
mad
liability,
points to
bro.
the other team and key moments and just it was just terrible, bro. What he was doing, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hmm.
So games 1 and 2 are at the Garden. If Tatum's got to blow them both out, games 1 and 2 to make a statement.
I feel
If
like
not,
Luca
it's gonna
finna
be
let
bad
Kyrie
news.
eat game one. Like get active. You know
Easy,
what I mean? Get
easy.
active. I got you in the second half. Get act like this game
Or
one. You back
it'd
home.
be like Game 5 with Minnesota. Luke will take quarter 1. Kyrie take the rest of the game.
No, I think
Right.
Dallas ain't trying to play no games, bro. They not trying to extend the series. They
Right.
every
It's gonna be a statement every game.
yes,
Yeah.
bro. They not trying to extend this. Oh, we in their home. We can afford this loss. Nah, every game is a must win.
Luke and Kyrie damn sure ain't there for that.
Yeah, every game's a must win. That's what I feel like.
You
Every
gotta
game's a
remember, like when you
statement
got
game.
cats like PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford that was on the bottom of the league teams, and now they got a sniff at this shit right here. Them niggas finna play they heart like they finna play their heart out in this series for Luka and
Yeah, they about
Kyrie,
to
bro.
play up low key.
Yeah, like what?
And the chips was down when you already counted out, like you said. They already like got nothing to lose, so to speak. Like other teams was giving up on you. Supposed to be highly touted. I remember Daniel Gafford name floating around a few years ago. Like he was supposed to change the franchise. That
They
wasn't
wrote
true.
Luke off this season after last season because they were like he ain't never gonna stay in shape. What
I
he
mean,
do? Take his ass to Serbia, start running up the mountains.
I think last year was everybody wants immediate success. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie went there, and people thought they were supposed to get it together. They didn't make the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. And everybody quick to call them a bust. And look how they came back wild in this year. Like
And
that's
I don't want
crazy.
to leave out this young man, Derek Lively. He lost his mom. This kid is a rookie out of Duke. Their center.
I didn't know that.
Been
And
getting
he's
hit
a
in the neck,
dog.
neck injury. You know what I mean? Game 4, neck decision came back. Game the closing game, neck hit neck again. Because this is a kid, like lost his mom. He's in the finals, bro, and as a rookie,
Mm-hmm.
like that.
And he's earning
That's
every minute of playing
incredible.
time.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what that'll mean to that man's life if he was to win a championship his first year, the year that his mom passed away. I want them to win for that, like just because of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. He's balling out his mind. He literally didn't miss a field goal in this series. Y'all know that, right? He literally didn't miss in the series that they just played. All his field goals in the paint dunks, or he had a perfect field goal percentage. That
Bringing
hasn't
that
been
Sean
done since the
Livingston vibes.
60s. That hasn't been done since this, like, that's a rookie, y'all. This is a rookie, by the way. This is a rookie. Derek Lively. He gonna be
I
one
mean,
of the best
again,
big
I
men in the
said it.
league.
This is a different era we in. Feel me? Like Razor was asking me the other day about how I feel about big threes and all of these super teams being assembled. I think when you got the good youth, good coaching, it's just the right team, period. The right circumstances. Any team could beat any team, bro. All that names being stacked, unless you really stacking like 5, 6 superstars and they figure it out. I think 2 superstars and contributing team is a good recipe, bro. I
Bro,
think
the
that's it
formula
right there,
right
bro.
now, right? The formula, bro, if you watch, right? Like, you look at the teams around the NBA, right? Look at the teams that are not as good, right? And you look at who are their best players, right? Like, let's take the Atlanta Hawks. You got niggas like DeAndre Hunter,
Right.
Bogdan, you know what I mean? AJ Griffin. You take those type of players and put them next to like a Luka and Kyrie, they're gonna look like what PJ Washington and them look. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the better formula than like trying to stack your team. You dig what I'm saying? You put niggas that are certain ballers, they're not elite, but like you put them next to
They
two
can work
niggas
with
that
any
are the
style.
two niggas that are the main niggas. You feel me? And it's no drama because we all know what we here to do.
They
That's
make a
why Dallas
difference
is
on the
having
plus
fun.
minus.
Them
Yeah, they
niggas is
make a
having fun.
difference.
Yeah.
You don't need them to drop 30, 25, 20, but
Mm-mm.
they contributing in other places. They giving you
Mm-hmm.
rebounds, extra chances,
Defense.
defense.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, forced turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Like, what's this nigga like? DJJ. That's all Dallas. Derek Johnston, nigga that could jump out the
Yeah.
fucking gym. He's been all over the league, but he's been serviceable because he is a solid basketball player. And now he ended up on Dallas around a great team, and his talent is like on display. You know what I'm saying? Because he around good players, and he just doing what he need to do. That nigga be locking down on the perimeter. He plays defense out his ass.
I mean, I feel like even Tim Hardaway Jr., right? Like, I think he kind of found his role. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he been back and forth between Dallas, New York twice, and he understands like, but I could still make a difference contributing in my role rather than I have to be the number one. You know
But
what I'm saying?
if you watch, bro, J Kidd cut his minutes.
Yeah, you got to, bro,
Tim
and it's all
Hardaway
right.
wasn't playing. It was games Tim Hardaway didn't play at all.
And that's what got to be done. And I'm pretty sure when his numbers called upon him, he gonna go out there and hoop. You know what I'm saying? They got to contribute. You got that's part of contributing too. Like if you know sometimes like I in this series or just period, I haven't been playing good. You got to take that back seat, man. You got to
Not
let that.
everybody has to play 48 minutes.
Yeah,
Tim
man. Even if you
Hardaway,
don't play at all.
respectfully, Tim Hardaway is a 3-point shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got a nigga on your roster like Josh Green that can shoot the three, but he's gonna hustle, he's gonna play make, he's gonna be all over the place. So it's like Tim, you know what I mean? Like it's not his fault, but it's just like,
Yeah, you
like
don't need to
that's
be
what it
that
is.
guy.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me ask you two gentlemen this question. Look at the Sacramento Kings, for example. Last year, they kind of shocked everyone with all the youth and all this firepower, whatever. You had the same team back this year for the most part, shit the bed. And
They
you
need
have
somebody.
guys like you have Jason Herter, who I think is up for grabs. Malik Monk is a free agent as well. Uh, they were going to give Mike Brown, the coach, $7 million a year for 3 years. He demanded 10. They gave him the 10. I was a big fan of that, but it's like I said before that they need a guy that can play the dirty ball, similar to a Draymond, but this a guy that ain't afraid to get physical in the paint because Sabonis he's too scared of that shit.
Yeah, you trade Sabonis. I wasn't a fan of trading him before, but now
They shouldn't have paid him.
I don't think I don't I don't I, honestly Keegan Murray is a great player. Um They have a lot of
He
good
he
players.
needs he lacks discipline.
Right, but he's gonna grow. He's gonna get better. He's gonna
Yeah,
get 2
because
years, maybe 2
he needs
years,
better
right?
discipline. Because again,
I think
each
Sacramento
game
need another nigga that can go get it. Like I know Darren Fox can go get it, but
it
like I
can't
think
be him.
Now
It
yeah,
I
but
can't
know.
be him. It
it'll
can't
look
be
way more
Malik.
better if he's by a nigga. Like Malik Monk ain't that. Like let's just say like Boston blew this series and then they split this team and Jalen Brown went over there. Like if Jalen Brown went to what they had and added Jalen Brown to that Sacramento team, they could do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they need another guy that
Do
can
you
go
want a
get it.
traditional center for that team, like a Clint Capella?
Well,
Well, Clint
here's the thing.
Capella's up for free agent too. Or,
We had uh we had a couple big dudes, but again, it's like even then, like Sabonis is like the biggest guy on the team. That ain't shit.
I mean, what if Carl Anthony go over there? Cat.
We'd be set. Well, 2 years ago, we could have made a play for Luca. We
That's
legit
true.
could have made a play for Luca 2 years ago. But
Maybe
instead,
y'all go
That'd
for
be
a
a great
Plumlee.
fucking
Maybe y'all
situation
go
for
for a
Cat.
Plumlee brother or something. You know what I'm saying?
Plumlee
Or
brother.
or Zubac
give
or
me.
something. You feel me?
We got we picked up Brooke Lopez's brother in the trade deadline. We just had him right at the bench.
Robin. Oh man. I think you
But
left the
again,
I think
give me
it's over
Jonathan
for the
Kaminga from the
Lopez's, man.
Warriors.
The Lopez's run is over, man. It's over. It's over.
Yeah,
This shit too
Gi-
fast. The game too fast. Like Brooke is still like for some reason it seemed like Brooke keep getting younger. Like you know what I'm saying? That nigga Brooke Lopez.
he's always been a shooter, so this game is kind of tailor made for how
Right.
his collegiate.
he's got a style similar to Dirk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He always been a shooter, even in Brooklyn days, so New Jersey days. So it's easy for him.
Let me take Kaminga off of the Warriors' hands.
Nah, they ain't
Listen,
letting him go.
Kings need a dog in the paint. That's all it is.
Y'all
I'm
might
not
could
gonna
get
lie.
y'all
You
might could get
sense the
Moody. Y'all might could
bonus.
get Moody.
You sense a bonus to the Warriors. I think they become an even better shooting team.
Yeah, but again, there's no one that can get the boards in the paint.
They'll figure it out. They have to
You
because
you
at this
you
point,
you you have Wiggins and GP2. That's it.
Chris Paul did that. Is that an expiring contract? That should free up some space on the books. Maybe they could go out for something, or sign and trade. I don't know, but I think that Chris Paul tenure, I don't know.
Chris Paul going to LA.
Mm.
To be honest, there was no reason for them to hold on to him and Iguodala as long as they did.
I think people wanted to make that work. People wanted to vindicate the Jordan Poole
Nah, I think
trade.
Iguodala needed to come back though. He might have not deserved that bag he got, but they needed him to come back when they got him back from Miami. That was great for them to get him back.
When he was a
Yeah,
little
but
older.
they
Yeah.
got one good year out of him.
And they got that championship.
Yeah, but then again, those the few years after that, he was just on the bench battling injury.
Yeah, but remember that key moment, nigga, when he pulled Andrew Wiggins to the side, boy. Like, boy,
No,
you
fuck
tripping.
that. What the Kings need to do? Go call DeMarcus Cousins. He just won a championship in Taiwan. Bring his ass back home over here. Bring Boogie back.
I mean, bring Jabari Parker back too. My man shouldn't be crying on camera. It's the number one overall pick out of Duke, man. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I think any of these gentlemen that are quote unquote blackballed from the league or for some reason don't find themselves on these teams is just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to find a way to even like limit their minutes. You can have them start, but still monitor their minutes throughout the game. It's not like you got to completely fuck them off and say, "Yo, you don't got a spot on in the NBA." That's tough. That's insane.
There's too much talent overseas. Way
I
too
mean,
much.
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of talented basketball players right now, and there's definitely
Granted, the style that Draymond plays, which is a very physical style, similar to like a Bill Laimbeer, Charles Barkley back in the day, it may be antiquated, but it's still very much needed in today's style of play because you need a guy like that that can slow the pace down if someone else is getting a little bit too much momentum. You need that enforcer to just G check somebody once in a while.
I wouldn't mind seeing Kemba Walker back in the league. I'm not sure what he's been doing overseas. I know he left the league. You know what I mean? But
How old is
There's no
he?
room for Kimba, bro.
no room for Kemba. Now you see the
Really?
thing is
It's not.
they
It's not.
gotta come off a bench. He don't want to come off the bench. He gotta be willing to come off the bench. That's the
Niggas is
problem.
running real plays and real IQ shit right now, bro. Niggas don't have no time for you trying to break that to do some own shit on your own.
Well, but
That's
then again,
fact.
with Kemba, he's at a certain age to where again, the father time is not against his side. If you got to give him a decent bag, say, hey, we need you just for this. We need you to only commit to this. Yes or no. That's
And for
it.
him,
Kimba's
the
whole
answer is
career, he
no.
has the ball. He always had to have the ball to do his thing. This is not that era.
And then you got to stand up and say, hey, if you follow this lead, we will get the ring, but you need to commit to this and only this.
Like the only nigga
And
doing that right now is James Harden, bro.
I hate to say it, but yeah,
And then they lost, right? Like I'm saying, like they lost the
Yeah.
first round.
Like I've never seen Kimba in like a straight. Like he got to be like he would. It's for him to accept that, bro. He just got to be more disciplined. Like just understand it's not just your
I'm not
talent.
gonna lie too. James Harden, bro. Like I'm glad you mentioned his name because I'm glad my man LeBron, he's on his way out, right? In a year or two, whatever, his career is done. But everybody that been slandering LeBron for the past 15, 20 years, and I remember a few people that James Harden was their favorite player, 50 points when he debuted. Nobody be on James, like they be on James Harden, but I feel like, bro, I'm
can you see a world where Joel tries to leave Philly?
yeah, it's
Now,
inevitable.
granted, there's only 2 years left on that contract, so again, whoever picks him up, it's not gonna be that expensive, realistically.
I think the
The
team is getting
Knicks.
comfortable with it being Maxi's team. Like Max, to me, when I look at that team now, and B, I don't know how old MB is, but he looked like the old head on the
He's
team.
only
Like
let's
like
see,
he looked like all right. He only got 3 years left with this team
Maxi's
type shit.
MB's best player he's
he
had.
just turned 30.
Right, and he giving me like 38-year-old vibes, like 36-year-old vibes. Like I don't know how long we got in
Again,
Maxi is
he
Embiid's best running mate he's had so far. Clear, no
I
debate,
agree.
no debate. Um, if he was healthy, we would have had hell with Philly, and I love the Knicks, but we'd have had way more hell. He was doing that to us on one foot, on one leg. Let's be real.
That's the unfortunate part about MB. He's nice, but never healthy. Like something always up. And then the one
or
year
fucking
he was good. They lost with the jump shot, with the Kawhi jump shot, the corner.
Yo,
give me Bobby Portis.
that legend.
Crazy. The one year he was good and ready to go. They
Yeah, they
get
had
messed up
Jimmy
by
and
that
all that
corner
on that
shot.
team. They had Jimmy and
Yeah,
everything.
that corner shot, which eventually turned into the Toronto winning the championship. Imagine,
Does does
imagine.
Jimmy rat it out? Does Jimmy rat it out in Miami? Is that the question?
I think he's
Toronto only
comfortable
won because
there.
Clay and KD got hurt. Let's keep it a bean.
But this is what I'm saying. Imagine the Embiid could have a championship based off that merit, but
He should have 2 by now. If
credit.
you were on thinking about it,
We still give credit to Toronto for winning, though, for showing up and winning for
Yeah, and
some
we can say
reason.
what you want to say about Giannis, but Giannis went and got his.
Facts.
And that was after Kobe asked him to do it. RP to Mamba. Like, you got that
hmm
MVP, but now it's time to go get that thing. And he went and got it. So we got to give Giannis his credit. It's a lot of niggas
Yeah.
that never
and
got it.
look at when Joker got his ring too. Same deal.
I feel like the Giannis ring too. People discredit that, find ways to scoff at it, like it was like people forget. This is a dude that don't even hit free throws like that. He made every free throw in the finals, every
And
single
Yeah,
one
but
of
you
them
everyone on
went
making
to
it
the
right because
line.
that was the year that Devin Booker and kept Chris Paul. That was their chance to get one. And they folded.
but everyone on Milwaukee, from starting five to the bench, everybody was performing. Everyone was playing their role.
Yeah,
Guess who was on that team that we got now in New York? The big Ragu, Dante DeVincenzo. Yeah, he was on
yeah,
that championship squad. Yeah,
yeah.
he got
And
his
again, same with DiVincenzo. Again, Doug should have had a ring with him too because Vincenzo's nice.
Warriors tripped out not keeping him. They should have kept him. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. Yeah, that was one of the biggest fuck ups they did. I'm like, how did you let him go?
He
I
would have
feel
been
like they were
elite with Steph
distracted.
this year. Come on.
He is an absolute problem on the court.
They were distracted. That whole Jordan
You
Poole
could you could
situation.
you could have him do 10 minutes, have him do 30, maybe 40, whatever. He's gonna be a problem for anybody.
Yeah, I fuck with Ragu.
Yeah, again, y'all better pay him whatever the fuck he wants. Get him his own bodega, something.
Yeah, we got this. He got his own meal. He had his own meal. Like,
He gonna be like Tommy Cullis with the Giants, Mister Gabagool.
yeah, nah, we shit. I don't know, man. I think we're gonna stay put with our roster, but If we did trade Julius, I just don't know who, but I don't want to trade
You-
Julius.
the- For the Knicks, everyone should be paid for right now, or no? Anyone in the contract year?
Yeah, I feel like we already got emotion. What we finna do with this paper? Like Brunson already
Yeah,
told
so
us
y'all
everybody.
should be straight.
Yeah, we bringing everybody back. We bringing iHeart, OG. They coming back.
Just invest in a better physio department. Keep everybody healthy,
Yeah,
because ain't
I'm gonna
no
just be
reason
real
why
with you.
y'all.
We didn't win because Julius Randle wasn't there.
It was a team effort.
Julius Randle's a
Uh,
part of the Knicks coming back to what it is. It just didn't feel right. It wouldn't
let
have
me let
been
me let
right.
me let me play some sports book shit. Cause this is what
What's
they
that?
do. As soon as this finals is done, the sports books is gonna open up and they're gonna ask who y'all got in the finals next year. Do y'all see Boston going back or Dallas? Or what do
I
y'all
got a
see?
crazy prediction right now
The
for your
Knicks
Knicks
got to be up
specifically.
there, bro, in the sports book. They got to be
Mm,
I got a crazy predicament. Yeah, that both of you might call me crazy in the head for.
mm.
If y'all keep everybody as is, and you finally keep everybody healthy throughout the season next year, there should be no reason why y'all can't win at least 62 games.
Yeah,
Who?
the
The
Knicks.
Your
Knicks?
Knicks
Okay, okay.
at least 62. I'm calling it right
Healthy?
now.
Healthy?
Yeah,
You keep
healthy.
them healthy at least 62.
Bro, this team is looking right now.
That
Cause
team is scary.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There
I
should
don't even
be
know if
yes.
you add something or definitely don't have to subtract, but I don't
No,
know
we
what
just going
you
we
add.
got a draft pick. We gonna bring in a young nigga, probably get some height, something. You know what I mean? We got a draft pick. We gonna pick somebody up.
Definitely get an extra power forward or something, another beef dude, whatever, just as an insurance policy. But again, at least 62 and
Like if
20,
you
at
think about it,
least.
HD, everybody has a role right now, bro. Already, who do you take out of their role going into next year?
That's why I said I
You
wouldn't subtract anything.
Right.
no, you're
Uh,
just at you just
You
whoever
know
I
who we
guess.
could get rid of somehow if we didn't get rid of Fournier? Did we get rid of Fournier? We finally got rid of him. He's off the roster. If he's
Yeah.
still on the roster, oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
goodness. He was
28.
like,
Yeah, we got that money off the books. He went to Detroit.
man, thank goodness,
So,
man. That
so
was
no,
like the worst one.
side question, y'all Jets or Giants fans?
You said who
Or
fans?
the Jets going to the
I,
Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. We're going.
I'm not a Giants fan. I ain't
Jets
gonna
going to the
hold
Super
you.
Bowl. Jets going to the Super Bowl.
They broke my heart when I was a Brady fan
This ain't
twice.
gonna be this. This ain't gonna be the first play of the game. Aaron down.
hold on,
Oh,
pause.
talk about the Giants. I
How
got
the
something to
fuck you gonna
say.
be in New York and be a Brady fan of all people?
Cause look, it's greatness,
Yeah,
bro.
growing up with these dudes in the hood, yeah, a lot of these niggas is Patriots fans. I don't know what the hell's going
It's
on.
great.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
greatness, bro. It's the same way that if you
that
from New
Ty
York
Law
and you
jersey,
thought
niggas
Michael
had that Ty
Jordan was
Law
great,
jersey.
yeah, bro. It's just greatness, bro. Like you rooting for Jordan and you from a different city, it's the same. Like the Bulls used to kill us, but we still
But
love
again,
Jordan.
it's just that NFC rival. I mean, now granted, I'm a Rams fan. I can really talk shit, but still,
And then you know what it was too. The Giants didn't really become a rivalry until that Super Bowl matchup. We really in the same conference with the Jets. You feel me? So it's more like I could root for the Patriots and not get in the way of the Jets. The Jets wasn't making it. You know what I'm saying? But the
But
Giants shit caught us by surprise. Like, come on,
yes,
bro.
Strahan, you had JPP,
Like,
Victor Cruz,
OC
it was like,
Jeremy
Yamura,
Shockey,
and
Eli.
the year that we had Randy Moss, one of the greatest receivers to ever do. Come on, bro. You telling me like how you don't go for
nigga, we
greatness,
had
bro?
OC Yamura in them. That's why
That's why.
that
But
defense was
also,
outstanding.
look at Cincy back there. You had Carson Palmer, Ocho, and Husmanzada.
Yeah,
They didn't
Husman
get
Zada
shit.
was a killer.
We had Ocho
That was
Cinco
a,
too and didn't do nothing with him, but it felt like they said he couldn't really read the schemes and get with the team plays and all that. But
But he actually was very good on that team. If you really look back at it, that nigga Ocho was one of them. They just
I
wasn't
think
putting
Ocho
him on.
nice.
Brady was great at just hitting the targets, getting the receivers, the right
Man,
people.
Brady fell in
Oh,
love with Edelman for like 10 years straight.
crazy.
All he needed was Edelman and Gronk. Didn't matter who was guarding him. He did that two cap right there. That was it.
That nigga won a Super Bowl with a nigga that caught a body the whole season. They didn't know it. Aaron Hernandez.
Facts. Nigga Hernandez was the happiest
That nigga
person
played the
out
whole
there.
season with a body under his belt. Yo, that story is crazy.
He was certified. No one ever knew it.
He's out there wilding. Yeah, bro. That's
But
how I
this,
went for him, man. Like
but
greatness.
this NFL is gonna be wild this year.
I
Yeah.
mean, who y'all think is the greatest player still active right now?
Greatest player of
Af-
all
a-
sports.
No,
a-
and
That's correct.
no, you could go there,
And
but I was talking NFL right now. Still in the NFL, who the greatest out right now?
it's gotta be
Who?
Travis Kelsey,
Okay, okay, okay.
Mm.
He
because
getting there.
I'm gonna
Mahomes
go with
ain't
Lamar
shit without
Jackson,
Mahomes
bro.
ain't shit without Trav.
Lamar Jackson,
Oh,
Lamar, I still feel he's still trying to prove himself.
bro. They just added
Because he,
Derrick
because
Henry. It's
but
over.
here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Each year he's been now. Last year was his first full season of just being healthy. So last year, if they go on breaking it down, was his first complete year.
My
Now
brother,
he's got OBJ, he's got Henry,
bro.
he's
What
got a
you don't
different
know
team
what
every
he's gonna
year.
do. What is he gonna? You don't know what the Ravens are gonna do now. You got Derrick Henry in the backfield, bro. Like what?
But then again, Henry, I've always been skeptical about him because he's always been gun shy about guarding against dudes that are as big as him. He'll always try to run towards a smaller dude first, and hope the big dude don't catch him.
Right.
So
And then
I would love to see Baltimore make some noise this year, especially because that team is just loaded. But again, it's all on one. Can Lamar stay healthy? Two, is Derrick Henry still King Henry? On top of that, you still got the whole bunch of question marks with Miami. You still got a shitload of question marks up in Buffalo. You still
um,
have a shitload of question marks in Cincinnati.
shout out to Justin Jefferson signing one of the biggest deals ever for the Vikings. And the only
The
question I have is
highest
that
paid player that's not a quarterback
yeah,
in
I was gonna
Jettas.
say my only question is that is can JJ McCarthy throw this man the ball? I don't know.
It's either gonna be him or Sam Darnold.
Yeah, JJ
Both of
McCarthy out of
them, both,
Michigan,
both
man.
of them, both of them respectively have an arm. It's just can that line give them a chance?
Yeah, I
Now,
never really
granted,
knew how big.
Cousins made shit work, but then again, Cousins that's a different animal by his own damn self.
Right.
I ain't never seen a quarterback that everyone left for dead and still somehow to bring himself back to life than Kirk Cousins. And then as far as my Rams is a boatload of questions there because my entire defense is basically all rookies and second year players. Um, my quarterback in Matt Stafford is an old war horse. My backup quarterback in Stetson Bennett is still in AA rehab. Unless Cooper Kupp is throwing the ball, I don't know what's got with the Rams this year. Green Bay is looking kind of nice. Dallas is going to do what Dallas does every year. I'm not really worried about them. The jury's out on Philly. I'm interested to see what Indy does this year. Same with Houston.
There's a lot of young quarterbacks in the league right now.
It's a new era,
Yeah, CJ Stroud been talking a lot lately.
but the sophomore slump is the real thing.
Yeah, yeah. What's this bounce? Everybody know what you do now. We gonna see. Yeah. Who's like a
I'm
sleeper? Who's like a sleeper team like to look out for this year?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's a legit sleeper. Um, because of the Harbaugh effect, you got to consider the Chargers as a sleeper.
What about the Detroit Lions?
They just paid Jared Goff. That's going to be an interesting team. It's can they repeat last year's magic?
Their coach blew that game in the playoffs. They didn't lose that game. Their coach lost that game. There's no way Detroit can lose
I
that
won't
game.
say they blew it. I think it's more so they got there and that moment was just too big for all of them as a whole. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a blown
Okay.
game. Because everyone had hoped they'd make it there, but the fact that they actually got it there and they grinded and earned it, they're like, holy fuck, we're actually here.
Yeah, the way they managed that was terrible.
But on the flip side, everyone on that team is paid for, so everyone's coming back.
Right.
So again, so this season is gonna be very interesting with them. I don't see Chicago doing much. It's gonna come down to Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit in the NFC North. Um,
You think Jordan
I
Love is going to do that?
again, I have all the faith. I think he's a better quarterback than people give him credit for. Me personally, and that offense that he has with Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson is scary. They just added. They traded Aaron Jones for Josh Jacobs. You upgraded. You still got the tank and AJ Dillon. So that offense is going to be fine. I am concerned with the left side of that line with Bakhtiari and Runyon gone. So that's going to be the question mark right there. But they have two. I'm gonna say it right now. They have two tight ends that could easily be first team All Pro that are in their second year. So again, but it's one of those. Can much like with Tony Khan AW, can Matt LaFleur stay out of his own way? Let Jordan Love just do his thing. Let him earn his keep there. Let him ball out. Yes, he's gonna make mistakes, but then again, he's human. But he's gonna make some plays. He's gonna do the right. He's gonna figure it out. Just let him ball out. Another team that's gonna be interesting to watch is gonna be Washington because again the team may not look like much, but on paper, I wouldn't count them out just yet. Especially since they just signed Bobby Wagner to run that defense.
Right. I just don't like their damn team name. Like they that
With the
Washington.
Commanders.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that shit off right there. I don't like that.
Right, right. They
That's
should be like
no,
the
again,
Redskins,
no.
bro. They from
Thank
that
so again.
Santana
The
Moss era.
Commanders. The
So so
Commanders.
so again, when they were talking about the name change, when they were trying to think of what they could call them, I felt it was appropriate to call them by what their nickname was in the '70s, and that was just call them the Washington Hogs.
Washington Ponds.
The Hogs, Hogs.
Oh, Washington Hogs. Okay.
Yeah,
That shit
because
sound like an
again,
AFL team, man.
no, because back in the day, that was in the '70s, that was their nickname. When they had Theismann, when they had all the other dogs or whatever, that was their nickname because they had the biggest line since Madden had the Raiders offensive line. Just a whole bunch of animals, a whole bunch of killers ready to just grind it out. Plus, there is, I guess, a super fan team called the Hog. Yeah, a whole bunch of dudes running drag essentially, but they've been there since the '60s and '70s, so that's part of their lineage. I thought calling them the Hogs would have been a nice little homage to their history. Instead, they went with the Commanders. But from what I've been reading, a lot of folks want them to go back to being the Redskins.
Mm.
Even Native American communities all across the country and the world want them to go back to being the Redskins.
I mean, if it ain't bothering nobody, I'm just saying, like,
Because a lot of teams, now granted, Cleveland's baseball team called themselves the Guardians, the Redskins changed their names, but again, KC still the Chiefs, Florida State still the Seminoles. There's other teams that still have that Native American reference that no one really trips about. Why are these two teams the problem?
I think because the Redskins kind of, the name itself, Redskin, and then the Cleveland Indians, the having the
The Chiefs
imagery
and
of it.
Seminoles still do the whole fucking tomahawk chop.
Yeah, but
Nah, I'm
I
crying,
feel like
y'all. Y'all
Chief ain't
gotta
as
hold
bad
on.
when you got the tribal chief. Like,
Hold
I
on,
think
I'm
Chief
crying,
is more
y'all.
But
acceptable.
when they're doing the oh, they're all
Hey,
doing
They
hold
that
up,
they,
shit.
they
hold
could
up,
cut.
hold up,
Yeah, they
hold
could
up,
cut
hold
all
up.
that shit out.
I'm about to send this to HD. Do y'all niggas see? Yo, WWE is crazy. Why is Liv Morgan liking all Dominic's pics on Instagram, bro? Yo, look at this shit, HD.
Yeah.
She is liking
I'm,
all
I'm,
this
call,
other
I'm
shit.
calling it right now. SummerSlam.
That's
Liv
crazy,
Morgan,
bro.
Rhea Ripley, custody of Dominic Mysterio. Make it happen.
Bro, they is going all the way in. I am in on this shit. This is
Let's
fire.
fucking go.
Like that, I've never seen no shit like this, bro.
Again, the last time we saw this was when Eddie Guerrero was doing this. Dominic, I'm your papi.
Yo, the
Yeah.
first time we hear that, I eat sleepy. Now when Rhea come back, oh my god, yo,
Now, between Liv and Rhea, who's going to hit Dom first with the I'm your mommy?
yo,
That's
yo.
what I'm waiting for right there. Because I want to hear that crowd go absolutely ape shit.
Y'all can hear Michael Cole. The I'm your mommy match, SummerSlam. Like,
I'm telling you,
yo,
Cole's going to say for the second time in his life, we're going to have a match where it's going to determine the custody of Dominic Mysterio.
wow.
I'm calling it right fucking now. Put that shit in the books.
That shit making me like Live. Like I want Live. Like I want Live. Like Live. Why you
I'm,
gonna do that to
I'm
me?
here for all the toxicity. I'm here for all the fucking chaos.
I am crying, bro.
Oh my god. This Netflix era is going to be fucking many. I'm crying. Oh my god. Oh shit. Please
Nah,
let
I'm
Triple
crying.
H let this happen. Please. Let's see. Hold on. What's her IG looking like? Real quick.
Nah, cause Dominic Mysterio put it on his page. Go to his Instagram. Look what he put. Go to
Oh
Dominic.
fuck! Don't tell me that, Snake.
Nah, for real. Go to Dominic Mysterio Instagram.
I'm on my way right now. Oh, shit. Let's see. Bro, I'm not making see my screen right now. Whatever. It just it's all moving from Dominic swiping up and down. That's hella shit. She's stalking this motherfucker right now as we speak.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
She want that glizzy.
So I guess let's see what else she ordered. She got. She also posted a picture of a story saying I with the shirt saying I put the hot and psychotic. Um, and another photo says, "Stop trying to pretend you're not thinking about me."
I'm crying.
It's safe to say
Shit,
that's
Liv,
the
you're
hottest
single.
storyline going.
I'm single.
Facts.
Come on.
Facts. HD. Facts.
Yeah, that's the hottest storyline going right now. It's going outside of WWE televised programming. It's leaking onto social media in a fun way. So you know what I'm saying. I think it's lit right now. They know what they're doing.
So what you're saying is the next step will be right before SummerSlam. We see Liv Morgan on the Jimmy Fallon show or Jimmy Kimmel with Liv Morgan professing her love for Dominic Mysterio.
I mean, I think they kind of going back to something we've mentioned, maybe not so often, but the dynamic between Rhea and Dom. It went more from like lovers to she kind of like little bro and Dom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't see that same dynamic anymore. So
No. It ain't a little bro. We got two women in Rhea and Liv that want to be Dom's dominatrix.
hmm,
Snake, don't
I,
hide your laughter. Let it out. Snake, let it out.
Nah, this shit is really crazy. 'Cause I never seen it. What AZ say is right. Like they go outside of TV. This is fire. It's fire.
So, what's funny is in the old Vince days, we began the Dominic and Liv wedding.
correct.
Now it's like, nah, you want a crazy bitch? All right, you got one. Now, uh, assuming this all ultimately leads back to a Ray Dominic scenario, whatever. At any point in time, do we see his sister play a role again, like what she did when Buddy Murphy was around in WWE?
No.
Just keep the family out of it this time.
Yeah, if they not ready to get in the ring, I really don't think there's no place for his sister in the storyline right now. All she gonna do is get
Okay.
slapped around,
I mean,
and
that's what happened when Buddy was around.
yeah, so it's like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't see what that does for the story. For me, maybe like one time if you include a one, but not an ongoing thing. I wouldn't want to see an ongoing where Aaliyah in there.
Now, can we see? I mean, this is probably the least likely, but is there a possible world realistically where they incorporate Dominic's real life wife into this?
Nah.
Uh,
It
on some Jerry Springer shit.
What actually being more intriguing to me is if at some point, like I know it's not gonna happen in the time future, but if it could have Buddy eventually jumped into the feud, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
There is a rumor that Buddy's contract could be up for grabs soon, and Tony's just holding on to him by a thread. So that
Well,
could be a very legit possibility by Survivor Series. Now again, the thing with that is between Buddy and Dom, who would be the actual babyface?
I think you even make Buddy Matthews the new leader of Judgment Day. Why? Because he's been behind the tutelage Seth Rollins and behind the house.
I keep again with this story specifically. I'd keep it entirely away from Judgment Day because again, much like with the Damian Priest Punk situation, it'll just dilute everything.
It might, but I think it'd be dope to see if they can pull it off. A power couple like Rhea and Buddy together on screen taking over the Judgment Day would be crazy.
So essentially, you just have Dominic just be Rhea's cuck at that point.
Yeah, basically. And you can even cut the strings, really, right? Like, because in all honesty, let's look at Dom Mysterio. They only bring him in to like pull him away from his dad, right? So one can argue
It started with that, and then it transformed into the
mommy.
show we have. Yeah, with that, with his little NXT North American run, whatever. So again, it seems like we're veering back to Ray versus Dom again since LWO is on Raw. However, now we have the live factor,
Yeah, and I feel
which
like at
changes everything.
anytime. I mean, what if at any time Dom gets cut by? I mean, this might not be a fan favorite, but everybody's a fan of heel Dom. What if he joins the LWO with his father at some point?
I can honestly see that because I could see him trying to amend the olive tree, and Ray would just tell him, "I told you to leave them crazy bitches alone years ago. Did you listen to me? No.
That sounds like a father response.
Your mother told you about those foxy guys. Now, come on, Dom. We raised you better than that."
Because I feel like Rhea could cut the cords on her boy toy. That's to me, that's what I look at Dom as. That's Rhea's boy toy. When she's done having fun
Now,
with that at any moment, what is he really to the Judgment Day? What value does he
now,
bring?
now, in hindsight, given where Dom is currently, a match versus Buddy would be very interesting to watch because again, you'd have Buddy come back to essentially avenge his wife or whatever, and then Dom, like you said, be a victim of circumstance, and Dom would just be fine for his wife. But again, that could be the babyface turn he needs.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing
Now
that.
that I think about it,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. It's refreshing too. Like we've seen heel Dom. If there's not gonna be any more layers to it, then he's just a boy toy. I mean, I'm sorry, that's gonna keep him stuck right there. You know, like at
now,
some
now,
point he got to
now
break away from
the
it.
problem with this is, given how Dom's been presented, it's getting one of those situations where once Buddy starts beating the dog piss out of him, that's gonna get a standing ovation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You gotta spank. They gotta spank the reality back into Dom. Like, gotta wake him
Now,
up.
the only way, honestly, that you could get it to where it's a babyface turn for Dom is if Buddy gets color on Ray and Dom.
I think
Mm.
Buddy coming over to WWE.
Oh, most def.
I don't know
Yeah,
what his
I love
contract
when Buddy
status
puts his
is,
head
but
down.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, that
there's
Messiah shit him and
definitely
Seth was doing. I love that.
yeah, there's definitely unfinished business there. Facts.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where, again,
So
as
Alistair
much as
Black got to come back too. Bring him too.
Yeah.
again, hit them two. Again, you got Ricky possibly coming along. You got potentially Hook with Taz. Potentially you have the United Kingdom coming back. You potentially have everybody come back essentially again because they all see how Tony Khan's running AEW. Shit, for all we know, Jim Ross to say, "Hey, fuck this shit, I'm going back to WWE."
I haven't seen Jeff Jarrett on AEW for a minute. What if he come back?
So they got him doing the pre-show commentary for the pay-per-views now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big fan of that because again, yes, he's up there in the age, much like a Billy Gunn, but he works so much cleaner and crisper than most of the guys here that are half his age.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And he's also a guy that if I'm Tony Khan, I want to hold on to him because of all his knowledge as far as booking, managing a promotion, refereeing to everything. His family alone has done it all. I also want to retain Jim Ross because Jim Ross has 50 fucking years of wrestling experience of his own right. So between Jarrett and Jim Ross alone, that's a whole century of knowledge right there.
JEFF
E
J.
J
Mm.
E double F R double T J
Right, man.
E. Ain't I great? Or
Nah,
my personal favorite at TNA, I'm the king of the mountain.
I think all that wealth needs to be back home, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody raise it, just asked me about the tweet. What value does the three people I mentioned earlier have in WWE? And again, it's experience. You always want that experience. When they ask me what Mark Henry brings to the table, I think people forget he found Jay Cargill, he found Braun Strowman, he
So
finds
now
people. He's a good scout.
this weekend at MLW Battle Riot 6, if you're not familiar with them, Mark Henry and one of our great legendary GMs, Theodore Long, are now with Alex Kane and the Bomaye Club with Alex Kane, with all them cats or whatever. It's essentially their little twist on the what the hell they call it, the Nation of Domination to a degree. Again, I was a very big fan of Alex Kane when he kind of got there. His meteoric rise there, and Alex Kane under Mark Henry's tutelage is going to make him that much more dangerous because Alex Kane is a big boy with a wrestling background, D1 wrestling background. He could be
Look,
a more physical Kurt Angle. I'm calling that right now.
I'm glad you go to Olympias because also in that tweet I had mentioned Jake Hager. I feel like you can pair him up. Now people might not like it, but I don't want to see him on a singles run. I feel like you could pair him up with the Creed brothers. You could pair him up with Damon Kemp. Have them
I
do
think Creed would
something.
go
You
with
know what I'm
Chad
saying?
Gable.
I mean, if they
I,
ready to
I,
try,
I love Jake Hager, FK Jack Swagger. I love him to death. It's just he's one of those guys where it's like I don't know. Honestly, I think he's better off back doing going to Bellator, Strikeforce, UFC. Honestly,
I feel like he never got his right look. Like he's always rushed into. Like remember, we got
yeah,
to look at it.
you had something with him and Dutch Mantel with the We the People stuff. You had something there.
Right. But that was a Vince era. I would like to see him again. Everything's a new regime for me. So I understand the lineage of what we've seen in the past. I want to see what people could do under this Triple H, the Paul
Now,
Levesque era.
granted, as a kid, I was a fan of the old All American American gimmick. I was a big fan of that, but he's one of those guys to where again him, even a Chris Masters, guys like that. I think they're just in their own. They're set in their own ways to where they're better off just either having fun on the indies, whether it's NWA, TNA, or just doing a side hobby like actual mixed martial arts. For
Okay.
example, like I said, Chris Masters, a mainstay at NWA. I would love to see him in WWE again, but again, I just don't think that again with the way he operates as a person may not gel well. Same like an EC3. I would love to see him back in WWE. I just don't think it's physically in the cards legitimately.
Yeah, EC3 hard.
Much like a Trevor Murdoch, another mainstay of NWA. I would love to see him back in WWE. I just don't think that they'd be on the same page with anything.
Definitely not. Yeah.
There's a certain
See,
there's a certain guys that and I'll throw Pac in the same conversation to where they just they're just not meant for the machine. As gifted as talented as they are, it's just one of those things.
mm. But it's a new machine. It's a
Yeah,
new machine.
but again, look at Pac when he was Adrian Neville. He was in NXT when it was Triple H's baby. He was only able to get so far in peak NXT.
Yeah.
So again, it's just one of those things. Again, not everybody's meant for there. I get that. Again, that's why I hope AEW can unfuck themselves because again, where there's more spots means there's more work, which means there's more quality performances. Not everything has to be dream match this, eliminated that. Again, if you build your product, build up your rapport, shit will naturally fall in line. And that's the one thing that AEW has been struggling with for the last 5 years. Now, 2 weeks after the pay per view recently, I was hopeful that they were going to commit to sticking to the hey, let's just figure our own shit out, whatever. We'll be our own shit, and then everything will fall in. Because, like I said, like I told you, HD, I thought that the Dynamite after the pay per view was the best Dynamite they'd had in their 5 year history.
Yeah.
As the numbers showed, it was one of the worst Dynamites they've had in history. But
Right.
from what I've seen, it was better than what the numbers showed. So it goes down to again, are they're leaning towards the damaged goods aisle, and that roster deserves so much more than that. They deserve so much better than that, as talented as they are. But signing folks just because they were big name elsewhere doesn't always reflect as a positive number for you. It just means you're asked out of X amount of money for how long you got to hold on to them, like an Okada, like an Osprey, like a Claudio, like a Daniel Bryan, like a Swerve, like a Moxley. Yes, they were big stars elsewhere, but that doesn't always guarantee they're going to be a big star with you. For example, this past Saturday on Collision, 120,000 people watching the show. That was it. That was their peak.
That's
When Punk
crazy.
was
That's
there, they're getting 700 easy. They were getting NXT numbers. 120,000 people. They had Dax Harwood cut a promotion to try to wave the AEW flag. You hear one guy booing the shit out of what they're saying. You hear nothing else but the one guy booing his lungs out. This is to FTR, who 2 3 years ago, many of us considered to be one of the best tag teams walking God's green earth today. This is what they've been bastardized to do. All because of Tony Khan and whatever brainwashing he does. You then look at someone like uh, a Ricky Starks, who, since dropping the tag titles with Big Bill to Sting and Darby, we haven't seen him since.
mm-hmm.
We were told he was hurt. He said he's perfectly fine. More recently, Tony Khan says, "Oh, I love that Ricky Starks back. He's a great actor for blah blah blah. Us here and there." Bitch, you've had the whole fucking time. Like, you're the one writing the fucking show. You're gonna put this bullshit out? No wonder everyone wants to fucking leave and go back to WWE. No wonder folks would rather go to GCW, PWG, Progress in Europe, smaller shows in Mexico, Japan, whatever, just to get the fuck away from you. As much as folks want to put faith in AEW, like myself, Tony Khan specifically is giving everybody a significant, substantial reason to say, just give up on us. Like I told you earlier, as of this moment in time, at the time of this recording, in mid-October, AEW doesn't have a fucking TV provider. Therefore, they will not be on TV. They don't have a streaming service set up, nothing. They have Honor Club. That's it. It's all out of Tony's pocket.
Type shit.
And they did this to themselves. You are 5 years deep in the game. You're still doing the same bullshit that was costing you money year 1 and 2. You have all the brain power, all the talent in the world to make you guys a successful brand. You don't got to be a direct competitor to WWE. Do your own shit. The audience will come. The publicity will come. The money will come. Just stay in your own lane. Do your own shit. You can't even fucking do that. All it is, oh, WWE is the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. Oh, those two bald assholes tried to rip us off. Oh, those two bald assholes of the WWE, they're the evil empire. CM Punk, he is the devil. We are the real, true pro wrestling company. You ain't fucking shit. You ain't worth a dingleberry on a pig's ass.
I'm screaming.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, he went.
Talk your shit, boy.
Yo.
And,
Before we get out of here, though, man.
Show.
Like, you still got more for them, Razor?
I'm good. Again, for me personally, anyone that wants to have an actual conversation about this, my DMs are always open. I will have a respectful conversation with you. If you believe otherwise, I would love to hear your opinions. And I will explain why I believe otherwise. And if you happen to quote Dave Meltzer, I have no shame in roasting the shit out of you. But again, at the end of the day, I would love AEW to succeed. They have a whole lot of internal stuff to fix. That is a very easy thing to fix. They just got to commit to it. That's it.
I think
I'm good now. I'm good.
They passed that point of competing. They just need to stay in their own lane right there. But Monday Night Raw closed out with Rey Mysterio, Damian Priest. Man, how y'all felt about that to close out Raw tonight?
It was fine.
No, just a regular. I feel like
we expect the shenanigans or whatever. It's fine. I mean, we're honestly. I will be shocked if we get Judgment Day versus LWO at War Games in a War Games match eventually. I kind of we're leaning towards that maybe. I'm okay with it, and like I said, that's where where we see Dominic teeter-tottering between the here and there. So I'm here for it.
Let me ask y'all questions. One thing I do want to say, I'm saying something else. Is it a triangle situation going on with Dom, fucking Liv, and Finn? Finn is involved in this?
Finn's trying to be a big bro and trying to tell Dom, hey, remember what we built as a family. Leave the dirty hoe alone. Don't piss off mommy. Because again, folks think that Priest is the leader of Judgment Day. Everybody knows Rhea Bloody Ripley is running the family. Much like Roman Reigns is our tribal chief of the bloodline, regardless of whether Solo wants to put the Rock in place or not.
Nah, I see
that'd
some
be
shit
interesting,
with,
right
Liv
there.
getting out the car with Finn and shit at one of the episodes. Like that shit might have went over niggas' heads. Finn and her getting out the car together at the beginning of the show.
I I forgot about. Yes, you're right. Because that was on her ID, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they saying
Yeah.
like Finn kind of jealous of Dom.
So
And he
again,
getting
that could be a thing. So it's where they try to excommunicate Dom. Finn
Mm.
could say, "Nah, I was behind this shit all along." Much like Kendrick in the Like That song. It's the fuck the big three. It's just big me type shit. I'm here
Finn
for
trying to
it.
take down the whole empire.
It's always the pretty ones, ain't it, Snake?
I ain't gonna lie. Liv trying to take down everything for real. She trying to like that's crazy.
And she doing it right though. She playing mind games with Buddy, so it's a very believable story.
So
Mm-hmm.
now, let me ask you this question seriously. Say the way this is playing out, when we get Rhea versus Liv, could you see that because of the story that's building up potentially? Could you see this main eventing a pay per view, maybe even main eventing SummerSlam possibly?
Yeah, I was about to say SummerSlam.
I can see this being a legit main event
Mm.
because we don't see, especially again with all due respect with Liv, we don't see this happen with them very often.
Oh shit,
Rhea,
WrestleMania for sure. They
you
definitely
saying Rhea and Liv main events? One of these PLEs.
Maybe even Summer, like one of the big ones, like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, whatever. Maybe even what's in between SummerSlam and Survivor Series?
It's Money in the Bank. No. You said Survivor Series and SummerSlam. Oh,
Yeah, or anything past Money in the Bank, Rhea versus Liv, that could main event one of those PLEs. I can see that the way they're building this up.
I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if that main event Money in the Bank.
Right. Again, because again, this story is catching a lot of steam, and it's all organic, and everybody all over the world is invested in it very thoroughly.
Because Clash is next week, so
Uh-huh.
we're about to get past. This
Uh,
is like right,
Clash is
like
next week. NXT is this weekend. Also this weekend is New Japan's big show of Dominion, featuring the finals of the Best of Super Juniors. And the finals of that match will be El Desperado versus Doki. That's going to be a very physical match. Also, headline that show will be for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Evil versus John Moxley in a lumberjack match. For New Japan, they don't really do stipulations very often. They've only just got into those matches, so this is going to be very different for them.
yeah. Nah, HD, you already bro about the tap out game.
yes, sir. About to wrap it. Did you already
Mm-hmm.
know?
Razor, you know the vibes, gang.
It's all love, my brother.
We could we could see what's happening with tomorrow. See if we got time to catch NXT and probably come back to y'all with a little NXT. Switch it up with for y'all give y'all
Yeah.
that go home show for NXT. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Fun
let's see
fact:
what's happening.
tomorrow's show, I think, will be guest hosted by Sexy Red once again.
For
To my
Okay.
real.
understanding. To my
Oh
understanding,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
we lit.
Stacey, I'm in already.
Yeah, nah, they bringing sexy back again. That's fire. Wait, word?
That's what I'm reading. I don't know if it's that the paper or the PLE, but I think it's tomorrow. Sector is going to be the guest host slash guest GM of the show, whatever the fuck for what
Yeah,
NXT.
she need to get DDT tomorrow at least.
She said she would RKO somebody.
That's fire, yo. Nah, y'all already know the vibes, man. I'm gonna catch up with y'all tomorrow, man.
Yes, sir. My brothers, peace,
My
man.
brother.
All right, y'all.
Man.